music. Am I here? Am I live? I think so. Shout out to everybody on Twitch and then also YouTube. I am dual streaming. I probably didn't need to dual stream, but oh well. Yeah, we hear you guys. I hope you're doing good. I hope everybody's having a great Tuesday. I usually do stream on every Tuesday, but I think for the next few weeks, I might aim for going in the morning because it's so dang hot in the afternoon. It's kind of nice streaming in the morning. I actually really like it. I wish I could do it all the time. But, you know, mom stuff. YouTube, am I there? Like, what's good? Let me see. YouTube always throws me off all the freaking time. Oh, I am. What's going on, you guys? How's everybody doing? Hola. You know what it is? I'm not seeing the chat. YouTube is crazy like that. Let me go to my studio thing. How's everybody doing? I hope you're all doing good. I kind of have some videos pulled up. I have the Xbox news, everything like in front of me. We're just going to talk about it. I don't have a lot prepared. I don't I don't have scripts or anything like that. I just figured we can hang out and just kind of chat about some stuff and, you know, talk about some things. There we go. Let me go in here. I guess I know what I did wrong. I know what I did wrong. I did it again. It's okay. I'll just have to delete that other thing, that other stream. I see Boss is in here. What's up, Boss? And Slayer, what's going on? Sin Vendetta is here. What's going on? Erica, you seen this massive PlayStation ratio? What ratio? I'm not on Twitter. Is it a Twitter thing? Fail. What's going on? What's going on, you guys? It's already hot. So I kind of wish I started earlier. Tomorrow, though, okay, since I was talking about morning streams, tomorrow, me and Shar will be here at 9:30 Pacific playing Strangers of Paradise. Okay, we were going to do that today, but Shar's got dinner plans, and I want to paint. I actually have paint coming to the house. I'm going to paint the kitchen. I'm very excited about this, okay? So I was like, you know what? I'll stream early today, do my own thing. I'll paint later, and then tomorrow, me and Shar will get busy on that game, and we'll play early, 9:30 tomorrow, okay? So if you want to see me gaming, that'll be tomorrow. On Twitter, they tweeted after a week and are getting destroyed. Oh, the... Well, I actually saw MBG's video. I'm looking at it right now, actually, in my algorithm. PlayStation finally responds, and basically his thumbnail says they spit on their fans. So I watched it for a bit, and yeah, it was about them finally tweeting something. And it's about the fight stick, right? Like, it's totally irrelevant to what's going on. I saw that. So they're getting ratioed like crazy. They tweeted after being... Oh, what's up, Dave, by the way? Erica, on my lunch break, how bad is Xbox sucking today? Listen. It's one of those things, and we'll get into it, where at knee-jerk reaction, which is what I had yesterday, Monday, right? Yeah. Where you're like, oh, it's not as bad as we thought. But then the more you think about it and you're reading things and you're looking at how many people are losing their jobs, obviously that's the worst part. And you're like, oh, yeah, this is still really bad. So I think it's one of those, like, if you look at it first glance, you're like, oh, no games are canceled. The studios are being sold. They're not being completely shut down. Okay, that's like kind of better, you know? So you just think like, okay, it's not as bad. But still, I think we're not done at the same time. Like, I don't think this is done yet, you know? So it's like a cautiously optimistic at best. Pizza Hut is in on it now? I thought it was just Domino's. Now we got Pizza Hut in there? Hold on. Why are all these pizza companies going at Sony? Listen, they saw Domino's, they're like, oh, they got some engagement over there. We should tweet out something about our pizza. Really? Or do you mean Domino's? Because if it's Domino's and Pizza Hut, who's next? Little Caesars? We need them in there. We need Papa Murphy's. We need, I don't know if that's just a California thing, but we got Papa Murphy's. We need Papa John's up in there. We need all of them to come together. I guess the pizza companies are like, nah, we're not going to let Sony slide. That's wild. Slayer says, I'm glad Xbox didn't close the studios. I'm a fan of Ninja Theory. Yeah, it looks like they've been sold and they're supposed to reveal the buyer, I guess, for lack of word, like in a while, like in the fall or something like that. I think there's like contracts in place and things like Arcane, for example, they're under France. So they have to go through a whole process to even figure out what's going on with them. So you still have the question of Arcane, like what's going to happen with Blade? Is Arcane going to be shut down? Are they going to be sold too? Are they going to just have a bunch of layoffs? Like, we don't know what's going to happen to them because they have to go through like France's process with all this stuff. So we have yet to see on that. So like I said, at first glance, you're like, oh, okay, nothing was canceled. Everything's good. But then you're like, wait, we still got this other stuff to figure out. You know what I mean? And I was listening to Reforge. Shout out to him. I'm actually going to play a clip from his stream today. He's still live, I think. But he was going off on Xbox fanboys, and it gave me life. And I want to play that part. I have it saved. But he brought up a point that I didn't even think about because I'm just going to bring up, here. Let me bring up my OBS over here like this. Oh, it's not working. Hold on. Give me a sec. There. I'm just going to have this as my background, I guess. What was I saying? Oh, he brought up a point that there's still 1,600. No, that was today. Oh, 16 times 2 is 3,200, right? Am I right on that? Did I get the math right? So I think there's still 1,600 left through 2027, right? So they're still going to lay people off. And he brought up the point where it could be Coalition. They could be waiting for Gears to come out and then Coalition's going to get hit. And I was like, oh, shoot. I didn't even think about that. Like, I thought about the overall, like, man, what if this happened to Coalition? That would be crazy. Like, I thought of that in the past. I wasn't, like, naive to that. But now I'm like, oh, yeah. Like, they've already officially said, like, we still have more layoffs coming. So we know they're coming now. But to who? So it could be Coalition. We don't know, you know? So this ain't over. So it's just one of those things where it's like, you're kind of getting by right now. Like, you're saying right things and people are getting like, oh, hopeful, but then it could get bad again and get worse and worse. Long live the damn Gears. Oh, I was going to put on music. Give me a sec. I was going to put on some music. Whoops. Music. I need music. It's early. I got coffee. Yeah, I got my coffee, so I'm ready to wake my brain up. Where's my music? I need some lo-fi. I need some something, you know? I need some something. I might have to turn it down, though. It's going to be loud for you guys. Hold on. I don't want to blow your ears out. Hold on. Souls Chill. We'll do some Souls Chill. I'm going to turn it down, though. I'll do like this. And then I'm going to turn up this. How's that? Cozy? Is that cozy? What's up, JGOT, by the way? Hi, everybody. I see Melodic in here. I see JGOT. I see VGL. I see Dave, of course. What's up, Dave? He says the worst part for the games in terms of Xbox is Gears E-Day. That game might fall thanks to more horrible choices by Xbox. They've already made the horrible choices. They've already made that game day one on Game Pass, not coming to PlayStation, so that's less people buying the game, way less people. Those two things are enough to be like, these are bad choices. Gears, I hope I'm wrong. I've been saying this over and over. I really hope I'm wrong, but I just don't think it's going to sell very well. Like, to the expectations they expect. And the worst part is we're never going to know. They won't say anything. They're not going to say the numbers. Next thing we're going to know, a few months are going to go by. The multiplayers died off. People moved on. And then we just see the announcement is going to PlayStation anyways. Did you know the new chair is discontinued? Really? This chair? Oh, this is a good chair. It's a little pricey, but I love this chair. This is a New Way chair. And I did tell you to get one, J-Got. Do you still want you don't want the headrest? I have a headrest that I bought, but it's too tall. Look, I'm short. I don't need a big old headrest right here. I couldn't get it to fit. Beasto, what's going on? So I have this $100 headrest that I need to sell, but now I can't even, oh my gosh, they discontinued? Crazy. I didn't know that. Nettie says, I think Bloodborne remake announcement would have fixed everything. Oh, that would have fixed things years ago. On Sony's end and the Bluepoint stuff, that would have fixed a lot. That would have made Bluepoint legendary if they got to do Bloodborne remake. Are you kidding? I'm still mad about that. I'm still mad about Bluepoint closing. You know, I actually care about these damn games, you know? We got people, I'm seeing evidence. Xbox fans out here like, oh, they were dead weight anyways. You know, Ninja Theory, all they did was Senua. They didn't do anything. Listen, what? And that's what Reforge talks about. I'm gonna let him pop off. I'm gonna see that and we're gonna react to that. I paused it when he was live on stream. I'm like, no. I'm gonna watch this with my chat because he was popping off. And it was giving me, like, my heart was like, life. Somebody saying it. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, you know? It's refreshing. Refreshing. Who's this?
You got me.
Doomslayer has become a member. Hey, thank you so much, Doomslayer. Oh, I appreciate you. Thank you. How's the music? Can you guys hear it? I don't want it to be overpowering. It's just a little background. T-Rock says, here, sort of. Frogs is here. What's going on? Dude, I haven't seen you in a long time. How you been? Frogs, like, where you been? It's hitting me now. What's going on? I'm good on the headrest. Love the chairs. I feel you. I feel you. It's not necessary. I went wild buying this chair and I was like, oh, I'll probably need a headrest. Did I forget my height? Like, Erica, you're short. What do you need a headrest for? Stupid. But yeah, I bought the headrest. PlayStation crapping the bed too. Yeah, it's like they're competing for like who has the worst news, you know? It's wild right now. You got Steam Machine doing what it's doing too, like just terrible stuff going on. So it's wild. Thank you, Doomslayer. Appreciate you coming through. I'm not gonna repeat what he said about Gears. But oh no, that's actually, whoa, this is kind of crazy. They actually will translate in the chat. He said, long live Gears. But when I was hovering it was in Spanish. I didn't know YouTube did that. What's up, Wasabi? That's pretty neat. Yeah, Doomslayer. Hey, I that's pretty neat. It actually translated it for me. What a fraud Mexican I am. I should know Spanish way more than that. I know some things, but I need to go back to learning everything. It is legit like translating a lot of stuff. That's really neat. YouTube knows like she don't know a lot of Spanish. Let's help her out a little bit so she doesn't look stupid. Bluepoint was really special. I missed them. Yeah, they were super special. Like they could make a remake, you know? So yeah, I'm sure you guys have read this already. I already read it yesterday. It's pretty long. It's pretty lengthy. Asha was yapping. Asha, she was yapping. No, but she pretty much put it out there. Easy to understand. Basically, I kind of wanted to start from here because you guys know they already eliminated 1,600 roles, and then another 1,600 more are coming through 2027, right? So like I said, that could be coalition, That could be Playground. Like, we don't know who's going to get hit. Maybe it's Aaron Greenberg. A lot of people, like, we laugh about it. We're like, why? What is Aaron Greenberg doing? What is that man doing? A lot of people are saying Matt Booty should be gone. Like, I'm not one to be like, yeah, let's fire these guys. I want them, on the streets. I'm not like that. But it's kind of funny and like a meme at this point. Like, why are they there? Like, it's kind of one of those things. Melodic says FAI. AI is a big reason for a lot of this stuff. They're trying to deny it, but it's true. Stocks are, today, not so much, but stocks have been really going up, and it's because of AI. NVIDIA, AMD, it's all credited to AI. So stocks are just right now. Today, not so much, but like yesterday they were up like crazy. It's an up and down thing, you guys know. But they do credit the ups to AI. Just so you guys know, if you're not into stocks and stuff, I'm not the most expert on it, but that's from my understanding. AI is boosting these stocks right now. Aaron Greenberg's playing with his belly button. I would not be surprised. Take bets. Who is getting fired in what studio? Oh my gosh. This man Dave making a game out of it. These are people's lives, Dave. No, but I don't mean to smile and laugh, but I don't want people to get the wrong idea that like we're celebrating layoffs. We absolutely are not. But it's almost like we saw this coming too. I hate to repeat myself, but it's like, I know, I've said in the past, and I've brought up the fact that many of us have said, like, that ABK deal was not a good idea. Buying all these studios was not a good idea. It bloated the company. Clearly, I wanted to bring up the worst part, in my opinion. Where is that? Listen, we ain't got time. 14 layers of management. 14? How does a business even work with 14 layers? Can you imagine you're at the bottom and you got to go through 14 layers? So that was like the worst part to me. I'm like, wow, that's really bad. So it was so bloated with like people, I guess, getting promoted and they were going to like the next layer and just too much. What do they say? Too many hands in the kitchen, too many cooks, too many chefs, too many hands in the pots or whatever. Too much going on. And this is all from Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond. We know the Activision Bethesda thing, the just getting so many studios. And the fanboys, we all know, they cheered it on. And now they're trying to say, oh yeah, cut the fat, get them out of here. They didn't do anything. It's like, what? You guys wanted this. We told you like over and over. I would comment in people's videos like, dude, this is not good. Why are you cheering for this? You just want to win a console war. You don't realize this is gonna hurt Xbox. I've always been like that. I was a big 360 fan. I hate to see this. I hated to see what happened during Xbox One. I hate to see what's going on now. Especially as a Gears of War fan. I am stressed as a Gears of War fan. I am worried. You guys they don't know. Not you guys, them, the ones that are like, major yikes. Who's this? Noelle's here? Listen, talking about Xbox brings us back together for a reunion. Noelle, what's going on? I haven't seen you in a long time. It takes me talking about Xbox and getting all stressed out for you to come back? Nah, but shout out to Noelle. He's been a long time viewer of mine. Thank you, Noelle. Let me get some coffee in my system. Let me catch up. You guys are chatting a lot. Let me catch up here. Xbox as a business structure got too bloated. Yes, Beasto. Shout out to Beasto. And also shout out to you for getting your Xbox Series X before all this madness. You're not paying no $800 or whatever the heck it is now, or gonna be. August 1st, you guys. That console price increase is happening. So if you want an Xbox, go get it. Go find a used one, try. But yeah, shout out to Beasto getting his. Just in time. Because, man, it is crazy right now. Remember our discussion about this on the Backlog podcast in around 2021-ish? Game Pass was always unsustainable, heading in the wrong path. Yes, we talked about this on the podcast. Shout out to Shar. Shar was there too. And we talked to Dave and we were talking about how this is not sustainable. It's just too, I guess, good to be true. I always kind of felt like that. Like, oh, they're really going to have all these games day one and they're going to be fine. I don't know about that. Like, it just always felt like too good to be true. But yeah, we did talk about that. That's true. That was a while ago. 2021. I was probably pregnant or about to be. I was about to be. What a time to be alive. But yeah, that was going on. Even since then, we were saved. It's crazy to think Game Pass has been around that long. Since what, like 2019 or something like that? It doesn't seem that long. I'm backing up a little bit. Ska says, "Hi Erica, I love your soft voice. It conveys so much tranquility when you share news or chat in your videos." Thank you, I appreciate that. Oh, speaking of that, I have dabbled in like fall asleep to me playing games, right? Like I kind of started doing videos like that. I am thinking to push them to a different channel, okay? One that I have established already. But on top of that, what's up, Scorpion? I want to do this. So no videos are on here yet, but this is called Erica's Side Quest. This is going to be me outside of gaming. I'm still brainstorming. I'm still like, for one thing for sure I know I want to do is cook. I love to cook. I want to do cooking videos. Okay, so that you can expect. But I also might add other things in here. Who knows what it could be? I'm still brainstorming. But if you want to get a head start, you guys can find this channel and subscribe. Okay, I'll even put it in the chat because why not? Okay, if you guys want to. Okay, but yeah, I'm like so creatively like bursting. Like I want to just do so many things. I've been asking for years for what, the cooking stuff. This is gonna be it. I was brainstorming a name. I was like, at first I had something with mom in the title, and I was like, I don't know. I think it should be more like gamer related, but also like this is me outside of gaming kind of thing. But we're still gonna dabble in like gaming terminology and gaming titles and like a gamer's world, but outside of gaming. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. DJ sets, hey, you never know, man. I might be like, hey guys, I'm all old, I'm like 50. Hey, listen, 20 years ago, I used to DJ. We back. I just have my my setup. You never know. It could be music. It could be, I don't know. Like, it's just anything I want to do. And it gives me that freedom to do that. So yeah, if you guys want to follow, there's nothing there yet, as you can see. I'm not going to even tell you guys when to expect something, but I would just say soon. Like this year, it'll start up. Thank you, Wasabi. I appreciate that. I will sub for some sub sandwich videos. Listen, I specialize in Mexican food. Breakfast. What else do I do pretty good? I'm gonna learn more things too. I'm in the process of still learning a lot of stuff. But I do love to cook. I'm also fixing up my kitchen. Like I said earlier, I'm painting today. And then I really, really, really want to redo the floors. And it's not because, I need them, well, it's a little bit because I want it to look nice, but it's just for the house in general. I mean, I need a better floor. Our floor in the kitchen is falling apart. Literally. They did a horrible job with the tile. I don't know who did it before we lived here, but it is coming apart. So I need to like get on it and get this. I'm even thinking of doing it myself. I'm thinking of having someone remove the tile because that's a messy job. And then me and my husband will learn to put new floor. That's what I'm thinking of doing to save money. So I'm so motivated to like fix that kitchen. It's insane. Low carb enchiladas. No Mexican food allowed, but thanks. If Shaq and Idris Elba can do it, you can still DJ. Shaq does DJ. I think he's touring or something. Pauly D is still out there too. Remember him from Jersey Shore? That man's touring and DJing. I think he's older than me. He's gotta be. How old is Pauly D? How old is that man? I know Shaq for sure is. Shaq's what? Pushing 60? I don't even know. Pauly D, age. How old is this man? 46. Yeah, he's older than me. How old is Shaq? 54. You said Idris Elba is DJing too? I didn't know that. Cooking while fighting Ishin Sword Saint? I was thinking of posing the dish that I'm about to like make. Posing? Or describing, I guess, as like a boss. You know, like, oh, we're gonna try and attempt to make this whatever it is, and then how hard is it? And you know what I mean? Like having those kind of discussions. I think I'm gonna kind of like bring that into it. So we'll kind of have like this Souls-like, but not overly Souls-like. I don't want it to the point where it like turns people off, but just like here and there, kind of dabbling those kinds of, you know, descriptions and stuff. So I think it'll be fun. I've been wanting to do it for a long, long time. Okay, back to Xbox though. Back to more darker things and more sad things. Where were we? Basically, you know, she's saying this was painful. I mean, I know you guys probably have read it. Definitely go read it if you have not. Really read it and like understand it, because some people might not read it and they're just going to go off like what they read on Twitter or something like that. But you should just go read it. So basically, she said, like, our business today is not healthy. I know somewhere in here or somewhere else, I believe for every dollar they spent, they lost 64 cents. I remember it was 64 because it was like N64 in my head. I'm like, oh, that's how I remember. Nintendo 64. See, Nintendo just always winning. Even the percentages, you think Nintendo. Nintendo's on the brain, man. Melodic Nintendo out here, like, we got the mind share right now. Even when it comes to this percentage that Xbox is losing, 64% or 64 cents, sorry, to every dollar, that's what they were losing. So they were like bleeding money. And then from my other understanding is that Call of Duty, because it performed so badly and it was not a good game. Remember, it was so memed on. People made fun of it because the boss fights and all that stuff. It was a bad Call of Duty, and that lost Xbox a lot of money too. It didn't give them the money they needed to help this situation because of ABK and all the money they had spent. They weren't getting enough money back. Throw in Game Pass in there. It's just a bad disaster, like just a recipe for disaster. So we, like anybody who's even remotely, you know, with their ear to the ground on this stuff, we knew this was like, it was only a matter of time before we started seeing stuff like this. Phil Spencer, I liked Phil Spencer. He was, you know, Daddy Phil for a while. Then he was Uncle Phil because, you know, he lost the daddy part. And then it kept declining. His name just kind of changed over time because we're like, he went from Big Daddy to like, oh, he just that uncle we see once in a while at the family reunion. Uncle Phil, hi. You know, like he was just so out of touch on things and like he was not making good decisions. So now we're seeing Asha come in like, I'm going to fix his bad decisions, and Sarah's and Matt Booty, whoever was there making these decisions. So she's just cutting everything out. So yeah, they're going to reset the content portfolio. We aggressively expanded our studio. That's a perfect word because it was super aggressive. The number of games created each month. We now find ourselves competing not only with the biggest publishers, but also the smaller independent studios. So yeah, they were just like wearing themselves thin. There's the 64 cents. Okay, typical year, we lost 64 cents for every dollar we invested. As we reset Xbox, we will help independent creators succeed by providing open tools. They say this a lot, I feel like, with Xbox. Like, we got the tools, we got the AI, we got all this, we got the cloud, we got all this stuff. We're going to help these developers, right? They say that a lot, I notice, with Xbox. We're more than just gaming. It's like, that's what it tells me. Like, we're more than just gaming. We got all this stuff. We got all this technology. We got the money. We're going to get these, you know, independent creators and stuff, the tools. So yeah, as you guys probably know, Compulsion Games and Double Fine return to independent. They take their IP, the catalog, and all of that for the next games. So that you look at that, you're like, oh, that's good. You know, that's good. What's up, Silver? How are you? It's already getting hot, man. We're about to hit hundreds over here. Let me turn on my air. Turn on my air real quick. They're firing everyone. Well, it just came out, I think today, or was it yesterday? I don't know if it was yesterday late, but ID lost a lot of employees too. And that's making people more upset. Ninja Theory and Undead Labs, they're going to join new ownership, and the games will still release. I was looking at that State of Decay 3 again. It actually looks pretty good. I mean, if it really comes out and looks like that, I would think that'd be a good time with friends. It looks like a good time, you know. But again, because they're in France, their management has to do consultation, and they have to go through like all their options and stuff through their law. Okay, they're not in America, so they handle things different. So this might take a while. I don't know how long this will take. Reductions across other units. They're gonna focus on high priority projects. I already even seen too, I don't know if it's in here or not, but Asha is gonna put more focus on like Minecraft, Mojang, and mobile. The biggest, just think about like the biggest games that Xbox owns, they're gonna put more time into that and more resources into that instead of the smaller projects. They're just cutting out like these things that don't do very well, and they're gonna go for what's safe. And that's the big stuff. So like Call of Duty, Elder Scrolls, Blizzard, World of Warcraft. I have to think, what do these guys make? Doom, you know, like they're gonna go harder with those. But we'll see how that plays out. We'll see. And I'm guessing Gears of War too, by extension. F your job, you're out of here. You know, as an American, I was expecting these layoffs to happen on Friday. I feel like Friday, that's known as like the layoff day. But I don't know how their calendars are. They have like fiscal years and all this stuff going on. I don't know if that matters or what. But to me, I've always thought of like Friday is when you get the bad news. At least that's how it was for me at when I worked federal. And, you know, I just went through that situation last year too, where I was kind of forced into a decision to leave my job or not, because the environment got so bad and so uncertain. And so in a way, I'm like, oh, that's what some of these employees are probably going through right now. Like if you're at Coalition right now, you might be thinking like, am I next? Because that's how I was feeling at IRS. Like we always had that hanging on our head. Like we could be fired or we could be moved to a different department. Just all these things were floating around, all these rumors, all these like speculations, people being just disgruntled at work, having to go back into the office and not letting us work at home. Like it was like a domino, like things would just happen one right after the other. Some people couldn't even change their schedules anymore. Like they made it so bad. And I don't know if it was strategically or just by accident because the administration we're in and whatnot. It got to the point where we're all considering like, we should just quit. We should, or no. It was like a matter of like, well, if I quit, I won't get the benefits. I won't get my, pension or whatever the heck, you're thinking like that. What am I going to leave with? What's the best way I can leave this situation with money in my pocket or whatnot? It had us thinking like that. And I took it to the distance. I was like, we out. But I get that situation of like, man, you just don't know what's going to happen. You got to figure out what to do for yourself. And I feel like, man, probably I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these employees are like going through that right now. Like, what should I do? Should I wait it out? Maybe they should go ahead. Maybe I want to be fired because then I'll leave with something, You almost want to be fired. That's how I felt. Fire me. I remember thinking like, just fire me, please. But I ended up finding a different way to go. Anyways, enough about me. We will reduce management layers to no more than 5. Oh yeah, because there's 14, which is wild. So no more than 5, and where possible 3. That's what it should be. 5 max. We will deliver success. Because when you're working like in a pipeline and you have to wait for certain things, even when I was at work, it was like I had to wait for approvals. They had to sign certain things, and then I was approved to like continue with my work and stuff. You have to wait for that stuff. I can't imagine waiting 14 lines through the pipeline. That's insane. Ain't no way. Okay, 3rd, resetting how we operate. I know I'm not reading the whole thing. It's because it's long. Oh, speaking of that, shout out to Kid Smooth. I love Kid Smooth. He's right here. So I was gonna watch this video, right? The end of it. Let me turn off this music. And I was clicking through to see when he stopped reading. 13 minutes. It's a 17-minute video. Smooth. Like, to be fair, he talked through it. Like he did stop a couple times to like talk and like take a break from it. So it's not like he just read it the whole time. But still, I wanted to get his like afterthoughts. Like, oh, let me just get his roundup of thoughts and like, his overview at the end, right? I had to go to 13 minutes. So shout out to Kid Smooth. I will play this right now. Let me see what you guys are saying though. I took my free day off July 3rd because of FAA. Yeah, I feel you. No news is good news. Until Xbox is in a better place, you got to be efficient, and that slows creativity down, sadly. Yeah, I remember Phil Spencer was very much about like, we're going to give them the creative freedom. They can do whatever they want. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but the developers that made Keeper, was that Double Fine? Who made Keeper? I can't remember. I played it and I can't remember. The developers, it's on Laura Fryer's video. She has evidence of this. I might have to bring it up. I might have to bring her video up. Auntie Laura, shout out to her. But they admitted that they proposed the most ridiculous idea, which was Keeper, just to see if Xbox would back it. And they said, yeah, it got approved. And the developer was just like, like, we showed them the most ridiculous pitch. We pitched this game of a dang tower walking through with a bird and like whatever else they showed. And Xbox was like, yeah, go for it. Like, that's wild. It was Double Fine? Okay, I was right. Can you imagine? Like, imagine me, like, shout out to IGN, because, I freelance, and then just me pitching the most ridiculous video idea. Like, yeah, what if I I don't know, I can't even think of anything. What if I do this video, and IGN's like, yeah, go for it. and it was the most ridiculous thing I could come up with. That's crazy. I would be like, are you okay, IGN? Like, what's going on? I would be, like, tripping out. Keeper's not a bad game, Scratch. I actually liked it. I played it with my son. He's only 3, so like he was sitting with me and we played. It was cute, I liked it. Was it anything like Game of the Year? No, but it was decent. It was okay. But considering the story behind it and how that pitch worked is wild. Well, thank you, Sharon. I appreciate you guys hanging out, because like I said, I just want to chill today. We're gaming tomorrow, okay, in the morning if you want to catch me. I'm sure we'll be talking more about this stuff or any news that happens between now and then. But yeah, T-Rock says everyone better hold onto their butts. If you think the gaming industry is done changing, I think it's only beginning. Yeah, PlayStation included. That's why I'm very, like you see this video, right? I actually commented MBG. I don't think he knows me. I don't know. Maybe he does. But I commented like, I'll see you on PS6. Because I don't know if I mean him or just everybody reading the dang comment, but I'm like, listen, there's a lot of outrage and I know it's warranted. I'm not saying I'm excusing Sony. Please, before you call me a pony, you could go ahead and call me a pony anyways. I kind of like it now. But I feel they're not backtracking. Even if they said, hey, we'll give you another year to get physical, it's going to happen. Even if it's not 2027, it's going to be 2028 or 29. It's coming. Like we've known this is coming. So I'm not excusing it. Like, it's just that I get it. You know, it's like, I don't know if I would spend my time fighting it because I buy digital. So I'd feel like a hypocrite, I guess. But at the same time, I do feel, see, I'm all over the place. I do feel it is important to still have that physical choice. But if it's gone, then it's gone. What am I going to do? I guess that's what I kind of feel like. And I know people have a problem with that. Well, if you don't believe you can change, then what's the point of, I get it. But you have to understand, I'm 42 and I'm a mom. And I just love gaming. And I'm just going to do what I have to do to continue gaming. Like, if I have to go to PC, I go to PC. Like, that's just what I got to do. I have other things to, like, worry about. You know what I mean? I got to figure out where I'm sending my kid to school. I haven't even done that yet. I got to figure out, is he going to preschool? Am I waiting to kindergarten? Like, what am I doing? So I'm, like, more so, like, I got to figure that out. I got to fix this house. It's falling apart over here. Anyways, let's watch kids move.
A word today. We will not be one of them. Action. Okay. That was a mouthpiece, a whole lot. And you got haters like Red Dragon and everybody. But at the end of the day, right? As this news broke.
Red Dragon. Well, thank you, Mojave.
I found.
I am old.
I was like, oh.
It might look young,
wow.
though.
That was better than I anticipated.
See. The knee-jerk reaction. I kind of said the same thing. Not better. I wouldn't use the word better. My words were like, oh, it's not as bad.
This news broke because
send them to private school. I should.
Not one studio closed. I expected multiple games canceled.
Or I'll try.
Not a single game was canceled. At least that was announced. So yeah, I expected no layoffs. The layoffs, yeah, they're happening. They're happening phases. 1,600 here and then
expected no layoffs
later on down the line. But hey, these decisions are being made because Xbox has been in a...
I like this shirt, Smooth. This is a nice shirt.
Bad place. Now, they're saying it. They're being transparent.
By both?
The business is not good. And they tried these things. Now, I know the rest of the gaming world just want Xbox to bow out so they can deal with, an expensive PlayStation with no physical disc option or anything like that, and they can monopolize
I don't want that
on their platform.
Come
on. So I know you guys just want to be just a PlayStation and maybe a Nintendo. That's how you guys want gaming. But
who are you talking to? It ain't me, right?
Me personally, I want Xbox to stick around.
Forte is here.
I want Xbox.
Dude, what's good? I seen Forte today. I seen Frogs. I seen Noel. Listen. When Xbox is burning, we have a reunion. No. But what's up, Forte? What's going on? Somebody's here. Who is here? Hold on. What the? Hang on, you guys. I need to check something real quick. Be right back. Someone's at my door and something looks spooky out there. Oh, I see. Dude, okay. This just scared the crap out of me. Okay, you guys, just context. My husband just got a new car, right? It's used, but it's a new car. And it's a silver hatchback, right? Well, He took off with my son to go to Costco. And I'm thinking they went in my car because my son's car seat's already in there, right? Now we had a delivery. This probably, I don't know if this is going to make any sense. And it was a silver hatchback that delivered something and the door was open. So I opened my curtain like, wait, is that my husband's car? Like somebody opened the car and like, what's going on? So it freaked me out right now. That's not him though. That's a different hatchback. I'm not used to the car so much. He got it like literally 2 days ago. And I haven't even driven it yet. Like I've just only seen it in the front. Silver hatchback. That's what my husband has. And then I go and look, I see another hatchback with the doors wide open. Like who is in my husband's car? That tripped me out. It wasn't him though. Okay, let me get back to what I was doing.
Competitive. I want Xbox.
Ooh, I was about to be like, who are you?
I feel like there is a place where Xbox can coexist
I don't know if that story made sense, but you guys
on PC and
you guys
cloud.
get
They
where I'm
can do
coming
all
from.
this.
I thought
they really can.
Cars getting ripped off.
Going multi-platform was stupid, and it's the dumbest thing that I try to see people co-sign. The whole logo game.
So I will give Smooth credit. I think he's been against them going multi-plat from the get-go. I think his face. At least not being on PlayStation. He was always against that, but at the same time it's funny because when they say multi-plat, they really mean going to PlayStation. They don't mean PC because everything's on PC. It's already multi-plat. Xbox has been multi-plat for decades. Now, because it went to PlayStation, oh, we don't like multi-plat. It's like, but you've been multi-plat. Like, what do you mean? It's because it was PlayStation.
Is the dumbest thing. I tried to see people co-sign for them to show other platforms. No, this is
the logos?
gaming. They have their own platform. They admitted it. They need exclusive content. You know what I mean? They've been fighting this thing. Do we become a publisher? If you're a publisher, you need as much content as possible. If you're a platform holder, you need exclusive. They're trying to bury the two.
Mojave said trade the car for a PS6. Dude, might not be far off that price. Sheesh.
And unfortunately, Phil Spencer, Sarah Bond, the last regime was setting Xbox up to be just a third-party publisher. That's
which a lot of you guys cheered for. I don't know if Smooth did. Maybe he was kind of like, okay, we're gonna win with all these games and stuff. It was a thing. Like they really cheered it on a lot, and then now they're realizing, oh, Phil Spencer wasn't as good as we thought.
That's what they were doing. They were kind of pretty much getting out of
Fish. I appreciate
traditional Xbox business, and it created this, this gaping hole in the brand and the platform that these guys.
This gaping dragon. Thank you, Fish. So Fish says, I'm an Xbox fanboy, but I love your channel. That means a lot. That's pretty cool. I try, like, when it comes to this stuff, because, I was huge on Xbox in the 360 era. I got the Xbox One, wasn't as impressed. I was disappointed. I sold the Xbox One. Then I got another one later for cheaper. And I kind of used that for just a Gears box. I'm a Gears of War fan. So I'm like, well, I got to play Gears. So I need an Xbox. This was before I had like a good PC. And then I ended up getting a PC and doing all that. Shout out to Fish with the sub. Appreciate you. So, I have a history with being on Xbox and supporting them and putting money into that ecosystem and everything. And eventually, because they were multi-plat on PC, I kind of went towards the PC route. And then PS4 at the time was just having more games that I liked. Bloodborne came out and the rest is history. So like I was just very much into like Souls-likes and stuff, and PS4 had all of them. So yeah, I just kind of played out that way. And now here we are where it's like, I know Smooth says like, yeah, you guys want Xbox to die. And it's like, no, I know I don't. But it bothers me when people would excuse like bad decisions and bad things. And then now they're trying to reverse it. Like, well, yeah, we don't care about these studios anymore. Phil Spencer was bad. It's like, dude, you were not saying that 4 years ago. You were not saying that.
Yeah, I'm not going to downplay layoffs, but
he was still Daddy Phil to you guys. Like,
it's going to sound terrible.
I've never overextended any other company doing layoffs, right? So why do I need to overextend this one? Every company, every business, every
Overextend.
consumption that we have is experienced layoffs, and we say nothing. We only make it a
Hi,
big deal when it
CNT. How
becomes
are you?
Xbox, right? And there's a lot of people online trying to make this justification for Sony and Bungie. Like they want to make sure, like, it's crazy. People like Nib and everybody, they're trying to Nib, Red Dragon, quite a lot of these folks are doing like stupid like things, and they're having these weird ass takes. But at the end of the day, again, sure, layoffs suck, but at the end of the day, as a gaming consumer, the only thing, like, when I'm focused on, like, when I'm one part of like my life for entertainment, right? When I talk about gaming, right? Yeah, I care when studios get closed down. I care when games get canceled, because at the end of the day, it has an impact on my
Mm-hmm.
my end game. It has some sort of impact. So yeah, it's bad, but it's not as bad as you guys made it seem to be. So
It's not over though, Smooth. That's the thing, is like it's not over. People still lost a lot of jobs. And then also too, if him or whoever still cares about Game Pass, I think those games aren't obliged to Game Pass anymore. Like Senua and State of Decay. So I hope they go on to sell decent and they can like get their footing down again, and then they can, be established again, hopefully. We'll see.
I'm glad no games are being canceled. I'm glad no studios are shutting down. What are your thoughts on this, and what happens next? That's my video, guys. Peace.
What happens next? What happens next, you guys? I don't know. Anything could happen. Like I said with freaking Coalition, that thought that Reforge brought up, like, hey, there's still 1,600 employees that are going to get fired through 2027. Gears comes out in October. What happens to them after that? What happens if Gears doesn't sell? And I was thinking about the Coalition. Like, imagine you're a developer at Coalition. You're set to put this thing on PlayStation. You're thinking in your brain, like, yeah, we're gonna get a lot of more sales than Gears 5. Like, we're gonna get more people on our game. We're going to be safe, I guess. Maybe they started hearing rumblings about Xbox. Maybe they just are aware, like, hey, Xbox ain't doing so hot right now. It's probably a blessing we're going to PlayStation. They might be thinking that, like, yeah, more people are going to play our game. And just as a creator in general, wouldn't you want more people playing your game? So that would probably make them happy. Like, yeah, we're going to make the best Gears ever, and it's going to be like in more hands. And then you get the news like, oh, hey, no, we're taking it off PlayStation. You're just going to be confined to the Xbox console and PC. Also, you're day one on Game Pass. And you're a bloated studio, potentially bloated. How would you feel? Like, oh, shoot. Now we have less people, less money coming in. I don't know, man. I would like to talk to Coalition employees. Like, how are they feeling right now? I want to know. Fable is at least going to PlayStation. So Playground is like, hey, man, we're gonna make some money. We're gonna at least that's the hope. They're gonna make a lot of money for Xbox and potentially be safe and have a job and be able to create the next thing and DLC and stuff. I don't know, man. And I was in XNC last night. I do listen to XNC. Shout out to Colt and Mag. I really like Mag. Mag's my guy. And I was listening and just kind of lurking. I was cooking dinner. That's usually my routine. Monday night, I put on XNC and I'm cooking dinner. So they're like my background, right? So I listen. But I was looking at the chat. I caught in the chat, there were more than a few people saying that Gears is going to make Xbox a lot of money. Like, they're so sure Gears is going to be a hit. It's going to make all this money. Xbox will be fine. They're going to close the gap on the money they've spent. And they're going to, Gears is going to be the one. And I'm reading these like, man, can you guys share some of that optimism with me? Because I need some of that. I need some hopium. Can you shoot that in my arm? Because I do not see it. I do not believe that. Like, I just don't. I want to be wrong. Trust me, I want to be wrong. But I just do not have that kind of optimism. I'm too realistic. I know what numbers they put up. I know how much Reloaded bombed. You know what I mean? Like, and Gears, Xbox chose to just throw Reloaded out there. Not even a Gears 2 or 3. Like, oh, let's just throw out a remaster of a remaster. That thing freaking died. Not just on PlayStation, but Steam and Xbox. It didn't do well anywhere. And they're like, oh, you know what? See, that's proof PlayStation, they don't like Gears. Well, then I guess you don't either. I guess Steam don't either. But yet now they're saying Steam is going to carry. Oh, Steam's going to carry Gears, yeah. But yet I thought you didn't like multiplat. Listen, I cannot keep up. I can't keep up. They're leaning on Steam, but they don't want their games to be multiplat. That makes no sense. I tell you. And listen, since I'm on this vibe right now, where is Reforge? This man went off today. Is he still alive? Let me see. He probably still alive. Let me see if he's alive still. Because he was saying things like he was preaching. Yeah, he's still alive. Okay. Shout out to Reforge. I know some people don't like Reforge. Reforge is cool with me. I got nothing against Reforge, all right? He be saying things sometimes that are like, man. Here, let me get rid of the chat. So I paused it here. We're going to listen to this. First, let me read the chat, though. What do you guys think? PlayStation doesn't know Gears? Yeah, they don't know it yet. There could be Gears of War fans on PS5, and they don't know it yet. E-Day could have rocked their world. They'll never know. It's crazy to me. It's crazy. Take a flight, the opposite world, not Hawaii. Me? I stopped watching X and C because of Mag. I actually like Mag. I think he brings a different dynamic. He's very opposite of Colt. And sometimes the discussions are crazy. I don't always agree. Trust me, I do not always agree. But I like to listen just to see what is this? What's everyone on this side saying? You know, like what is the thought process? And like when I saw the chat, all this hope about Gears, I was like, oh. Like, what's going on over here? Because I need some of that. Like, seriously, I was laughing to myself, like, man, can you inject some of that into my arm? Because I do not have any of that hope right now. Like, I just do not. Also, I think I'm going to have to close this because it's getting bright over here. Is that better? Okay. It's a sickness, the Pew says. What's a sickness? Console warring? I'm really hyped by Asha's takeover. Phil really had me about to leave Xbox. I'm really hoping she brings back Xbox to the 360 days. Halo, Gears, and Forza. And Doom and a couple other things. But yeah, no, I think she's gonna focus on like the big titles, and then maybe that's the core gaming experience that she's talking about. Like, oh, we want to get back to the core business, because she used those words. Core business. So we have to see what really that means, I guess. PlayStation is not guaranteed big sales. Look at South of Midnight. The thing is, though, those games came later, didn't they? Some games are not going to do well. South of Midnight is a very small game. Hellblade 2 got a lot of bad publicity for being a movie 5-hour game, and Avowed ain't Fable. I think Fable is going to sell really well on PlayStation. But Avowed is cool. I played it. It's okay. But it wasn't anything like the greatest RPG of all time or something like that. It wasn't that. Look at Forza's numbers. You'll see PlayStation gamers showed up. It just depends on the franchise. I want Gears to win so bad, Bisa says. And these games got to be day one. If they release Gears a year later, it's not going to do anything on PlayStation. You can't release it months and years later and expect the same response. Like, that's just not going to happen. And that's what happened with PlayStation. Remember, they were putting games on PC, but it was like 2 years later. They're like, oh, look, God of War didn't sell. It's like, well, yeah. And then, that's a whole different discussion. PC gamers, like they showed up for Helldivers. They loved that game. Helldivers was a hit. It was a huge hit across the board. That was a great game. It was like the, what do you call it? Like the I can't think of the word. Where it's just a game comes out and it just changes gaming. Like it's just one of those games. It's like when PUBG came out, or maybe not that to that extent, but it just was like a big deal. Like it was a game that everyone wanted to play. You know what I mean? And PC was getting in there playing. But God of War, 2 years later, PC gamers, most of them aren't going to care. There's factors. The release timing window, when it comes out, like all that is just factors. Anyways, let's listen to Free first because I swear he was going off.
Okay. The Xbox fanatics on Twitter who are constantly making this about Sony or saying that these studios sucked, the only thing that sucks is those fans. They suck. They're the worst. They deserve everything Xbox is turning into. The fanatics. I'm not talking about fans. I'm talking about the fanatics who act like this is no big deal and these studios suck. I want you to walk out on Main Street and tell everybody that id Software sucks. Do it. Say it with your full chest so everybody can see that you're nothing but a brand loyalist fraud. You are a fraud. If you're going to walk out into the public and be like, it's fine that half the people at id got laid off because they suck. My question for the Xbox fanatics are, who's worth a damn? Who? Every studio's trash, apparently. Every studio that gets cut, downsized, shrunk, practically killed, or shuttered, or sold, or spun off independent, apparently they all suck and everything they do sucks.
I was hearing him say this. I'm like, dude, I could totally picture that because he's on Twitter. I'm not on there, but I could see it in my head. I already know. And I thought of that when this news was coming out. They're going to downplay these games now. They hyped them up. South of Midnight, Avowed, like you guys were saying in the chat, those games, whatever, these companies make. They were talking crazy about these games, and then now they're going to say they suck. They weren't that good. It was, cutting the fat. They're going to start saying that now.
Years defending these games and these studios, and you talk about eating good on Game Pass, and then when they get shoved out the door, shuttered, or put on a death sentence, you're like, they sucked anyway. Who's worth it over there?
Yeah, who's worth it? You guys say that about Gears? I could already see it, man. Oh, Coalition, they killed Gears. Gears wasn't that great anyways. I never touched the multiplayer. I don't like the multiplayer. I know it's coming.
Just in case they get shuttered, so then we can receipt pull you. You bunch of frauds. Bunch of fanatic cult member frauds. You don't care about games. You don't care about playing games. All you care...
I'm speechless because it's like, yes! Say it more. I want people to say this, man.
Care about is cheering for Xbox. That's all you care about. As long as you can do that, well, then your heart's still bleeding green. Like, what are you going to do? If studios like Obsidian and id Software get basically put into a category of a corpse, what are you going to say then? Did they suck too?
They're going to say it. They're going to say it. Like, I already know they're going to say it. Oh, they didn't do anything. They had 8 years to make... I've seen that. I've seen comments like that. Oh, Ninja Theory and all these, these companies, they had 8 years to make these games. And then they would list, oh, they only did South of Midnight. They only did Senua. They only did this. They had a list like it wasn't enough. But yet, a lot of fanboys were cheering the acquisitions of these companies. Oh, they're great. Ninja Theory's great. Ninja Theory's the best. They have the best graphics and this and that. They praised the heck out of Senua. What was it? The part 2? They praised the heck out of it. Said it has the best graphics of all the consoles. It was the best graphics, better than PC. Like all that stuff. They praised it. And now they're like, it wasn't that good. Maybe it wasn't that good after all. We could do without them. Get him out of here. It's like,
Are they
dude,
also
what?
trash? If Gears of War E-Day doesn't sell enough copies, is that what you're going to say? It didn't sell enough. Coalition sucks.
It's
You going to
gonna
say that
happen.
about Fable? If Fable doesn't do commercially well and they significantly downsize Playground, you going to say that about them? Apparently, not only is nobody safe from Asha Sharma's machete, nobody's safe with respect to loyalty.
Audible. What's
The
up?
brand fanatics, you're loyal to nothing but an idea, a mirage. You're not loyal to the studios. You're not loyal to the games. You're loyal to this mirage of whatever you think Xbox is.
That's always been my issue with fanboys, especially on the Xbox side. They don't care about the games. They don't. They don't care about Gears of War, especially. They do not. They'd rather have the talking point that it's exclusive and not on PlayStation. Yeah, guys, we don't have it on PlayStation. Take that. Meanwhile, this is bad for Gears of War, but they don't think like that. They don't care. They don't care about Gears. They would love if Fable was not on PlayStation. They'd rather the games sell less, potentially die, than be on PlayStation. Which is crazy. I think of it in ways of like, you guys know I'm a big Souls-like fan, and when it comes to like From Software, let's just in hypothetically, let's say From Software was dying, like they're not selling well, they've fallen off a cliff, games aren't doing well, and they were exclusive. Like let's just say they were always on Sony consoles, and then they went multi-plat, and I'd be like, great, it'll get more people on the games. I wouldn't be cheering for them to go back to exclusivity. I would be like, no, I need them to survive. I want From Software to do well. I want Elden Ring 2. I want these games. I want the idea of a Bloodborne, but that will never happen. But at least I could imagine it. If they shut down, that's it. They're done. So it's like, I can't imagine cheering to them selling less. Yeah, Bloodborne 2 question mark. Listen, I just threw this is just hypothetical, okay? Studios that I really care about, which Coalition is part of that. I care about Gears. So of course I'm going to feel this way. But like, I just use other examples to kind of create, like, illustrate what I mean. Like, why would you cheer that? A lot of it could be ignorance because they don't understand Gears of War numbers and like how that multiplayer lives and then dies and how it doesn't really stick around. And we know that potential drop off, it could really very much happen. Call of Duty comes out 2 weeks after Gears. 1 week if you get deluxe, I believe. If you pay extra for Call of Duty, you play it early. So like, goodbye to all those players. And so to not have PlayStation to at least help, it's like you're even in a more worse situation. Like you have worse odds, is what I'm saying. Was it still possible it wouldn't sell on PlayStation as good as we hope? Yeah, that's still possible, but at least there was a chance. At least it would help. Yeah, Gears of War multiplayer, it is niche. It is. They're adding Horde back. And then I don't know if you guys saw that. It was a rumor. I don't know if it ever got confirmed or not. They said the budget for Gears E-Day was $400 million. It's still, I think, a rumor. But even if it was $300 million, $200, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. They're going all out with multiplayer. They're bringing Horde back. It's 12 players, by the way. They're adding more, like, more content. Stuff we've been asking for. I wanted Horde to come back. I was happy about that. But yeah, now it's like, well, the pool of gamers is just gonna shrink, and you're not starting with a bigger pool to begin with. Like I'm just thinking, like, just even if PlayStation sold a little bit less or whatever, it would still be a bigger pool. The 6-7 crowd not playing Gears, heck no. The fanboys don't even play Gears. That's what bothers me. Let's get back to what we were talking about. These fanboys who cheer about Gears don't even play the freaking game. That's what bothers me. And they swear up and down it's better that it's not on PlayStation. How do you know that? You don't play. You're not going to buy the damn thing. You're going to play it on Game Pass or get a code or something. Drop the game. You're not even going to play it. It's maddening. It's maddening. It drives me crazy. I can't even express. I'm choking on my own rage.
I thoroughly enjoyed Dark Ages more than Eternal. I liked Dark Ages quite a bit. It started to feel more like Doom, more like classic Doom until the very final boss fight. I wasn't a fan of the final boss fight. It was just a parry fest.
So
and I'm saying this is the guy that loves parries.
They don't play nothing.
Like, that didn't really feel like Doom to me.
Until I'm proven otherwise with gamer tags and live streams, they don't play shit.
You know,
okay?
And I'm looking forward to the
sorry,
DLC. It looks very cool. What's good, Erica? I fully expect that. They will say Gears
Oh, yeah, I was
dead.
in the chat. Oh, he read my chat. See, I paused. Oh, I can't bring up chat. But this is what I said. Let me see. Shoot. Okay.
And it sucked. They will never touch the multiplayer, and they'll be fine without.
So he read my comment. I didn't know. I paused the stream.
It's unbelievable to me. It's unbelievable to me how quickly the Fanatics get in line in AstroTurf and do Defense Force for this brand. I don't even know what you're loyal to anymore. I don't. What's left to be loyal to?
What's left to be loyal to? Holy crap, dude. Oh my gosh. What are you guys saying, man? Dark Ages sucked, Melodic said. Yeah, I've seen people saying, like, even Doom took a bit of a hit. It's like they went all to Xbox and, like, their games got worse. Call of Duty, Doom, what else? I don't even know at this point. Indiana Jones did good. There are some games that did well. Like, I felt like, oh, that was good. You know, Microsoft scooped them up or whatever. Some things made sense. I always felt like Xbox was like the first person shooter dude bro machine. That was kind of like what they advertised as and like we knew them as. So like for them to get like a first person shooter, I'm like, yeah, that's an Xbox game. Like that makes sense and stuff. But then you got other things, you know, like, you know, they're like, I don't know if this makes sense to be over here. They just got too many.
What? A fading image? It's like there's what is left to even be loyal to? If you can gut half of id Software are the literal industry goats. Like the games you play today, the games you enjoy today. If you're playing a game and it's a first-person shooter, you better pay some respect to those guys.
See, he's a id Software fan. See, me, I didn't play a lot of id Software. First-person shooters. Again, I don't play a lot of first-person because, you know, I have my motion sickness freaking issue that sucks. But I feel him. I get it. If we were talking From Software, if we're talking Coalition, if we're talking like companies like that I really, really love and enjoy, I would be fired up like this too. I already have been getting fired up at the potential things that could happen to Coalition. If that happens, I'm going to be like this. I'm going to be ranting like this live.
We're not talking
maybe
about
worse.
Some brand new studio who took a crack at something and it didn't work out. We're talking about a studio that's been here since the birth of first-person shooters.
I know some people don't like Reforge Fallen. People went back. When was I on Twitter? Gosh, when was that? They still do it. I know they do for a fact. They would clip him like crazy and stuff. And I remember they painted him as like, he doesn't care about his viewers and he just wants money. And like, I would see those clips like kind of like out of context and I'd be like, whoa, what's this guy doing? You know, who's this guy? I remember seeing all that. And then the more I just started watching him, I'm like, he ain't that bad. He's really not. I've been on his show. I don't know if you guys knew this. I didn't like announce it. I should have. I've been so slacking. Even when I was on Dave's show, shout out to Dave. I didn't say anything till after I was on the show. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm just like, I slack, dude. I don't announce things ahead of time. I'm very bad with that. I'm trying to get better, okay? But I was on his show. We talked about Saros and Saros and Returnal and our love for those games and stuff. We had a good time. Like we were just chatting games. It was really fun. So I mean, everybody's gonna have their opinion though. There's people that don't like me. So it's like, whatever.
id Software,
Especially, listen,
and this is
especially some of these Xbox fanboys, they don't like me anymore because I was the one to be like, well, what do you play? Show me your gamer tag. Show me. If you're going to go this hard about Gears, show me you play Gears. They don't like that. They do not like that. I've been blocked. I'm not invited on shows anymore. Like, I don't know if it's a coincidence. Like,
where I
it
know
is
we're
what
talking
it
to
is.
people
Like,
that are frauds and they're not real fans of gaming. They just like to fight. They just like to get on here and make it personal and spew insults. They're just children. Like, it's like you're just acting like a child. Like, you don't even see what this means. For the sake of the industry, you don't even understand, like, the historical impact of id Software being gutted. You don't even get it because you're not a real one and never were.
so yeah, he was just going on about like, you don't care about these games and stuff, which I fully agree with. There's probably things he said in this I might not agree with at all. But like, when it comes to that fact, I was like, I got to play this because somebody's saying it. I want more people to say this. Why do I got to do it? God damn it. Pull up the achievement list. Gears of War is fire. They play Twitter. And yeah, granted, he's speaking a lot about Twitter. And a lot of these conversations are fueled by Twitter. And because I'm not on there, I think I come from a different perspective, which I think is pretty cool. So hopefully you guys maybe like find that refreshing in some way, because when I watch videos, like I kind of want to pull up Jason Schreier's, because look, Jason Schreier's on YouTube now, you guys. Jason Schreier is on YouTube now, and I just think it's so refreshing to get like those points of views. You know what I mean? Laura Fryer, like I said, let me bring her up. Laura Fryer, I have the link over here somewhere. I find that stuff really refreshing because, yeah, Twitter is sometimes a factor as far as like how gamers are speaking out and things like that. And I could listen to that to an extent, but that's not the whole industry. That is not the voice of the majority. So I tend to like block out Twitter for the most part. Like, I'll see tweets here and there. I'm like, well, that's whatever. That's just one person or whatever. Since I'm not on it so much, I tend to watch more stuff with like
stories,
like
or
this.
even include messages. The
you
publisher.
know, I just find this way more refreshing because they're giving like a former industry, well, she's like former industry point of view on group. You guys ever have your stuff group up for no reason? I don't know why that happens. Your tabs or whatever. She used to work for Xbox, so I find that like super refreshing to hear. It's like, oh, this is a different take. This isn't like with feelings or like emotional craziness that Twitter brings, because Twitter, I feel like it's way too overly sensationalized and fabricated at times, and it's a lot of outrage about things that like you don't even know if they really believe what they're saying. You know what I mean? So I like to hear stuff like Laura Fryer and I'm losing track of my stuff, and Jason Schreier. I'm actually gonna click his
this morning saying that
this is an 18-minute video. I don't know if you guys, I haven't seen it yet, but I subbed so fast to Jason Schreier. Like, this is awesome. This is so awesome that he's doing this. He just sits down and he talks and he objectively tells you what the heck's going on, what he feels from his perspective, what's going on, and that's it. And you just kind of like digest the information and come up with your conclusions and stuff. Without Twitter, without that noise, you know what I mean? I just feel like that's so much more refreshing. You just told me, wait, what? What are you guys talking about? Hypocrites. People are going to lose their jobs. Sucks. Yeah, yeah. The industry right now is in a bad place. It is. Laura Fryer is goated. I call her auntie. And then, you know what's funny? Because I watched Destin too. I don't always agree with Destin, and I know Destin was one of the ones like, yeah, ABK. And he's kind of like, you know, but he too, I do like watching him too, but he did react to Laura Fryer. And I commented him like, yes, I love Laura. And he hearted my comment. So I was like, oh, Destin saw my comment. Okay, cool. Because I'm kind of they call me a polite villain in the group chat. Shout out to my group, Audible and T-Rock and Eric and Shar. They call me the polite villain because I am very sneaky, with things I say. I'm very nice, but I just do like a little short little stab, so with Destin, it's funny because I've commented his videos before. And I would always just put, hear you. Because he was complaining about like, oh, these jobs are getting lost and this is going on with Xbox, these terrible decisions. And I would just type, hear you. Because that's what Asha would say. And he never commented me. He never hearted them. He probably saw it, was like, oh, look at this jerk, this girl. And then I go and put, I love Laura. And then he hearted my comment. I just thought that was funny. Like, does he remember I'm the one that was being all like polite villain in there? Twitter is where the fanboys married their console. Whoa, the console fleshlights. Sir. What's up, Danny? So I just started Dark Ages DLC. That came out, right? I got an email about that. And I had Dark Ages. They gave it to me, but I couldn't play it because of the motion sickness thing. Audible, where you at? You got your DLC for Dark Ages? It should be on your account. I'm so desensitized to the gaming industry layoffs. I'm more worried about the rest of the industries. Leaving Twitter was the best thing ever, Big Mad says. Yes, I highly recommend. Audible, you did get motion sickness too. These damn Doom games, like, why you gotta... You're making us sick, man. I tried to play Doom 2016. I nearly died. Okay? I can't play it. So I get Dark Ages. I give it to Audible, like, hey, you want to play this game? He got sick. Dude, we can't play it. Game had me spinning, he says. Spinning. Oh, it is, when I tell you, like, for those who don't know about, like, what it feels like to get motion sickness, because there's a lot of you who just do not understand. You don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like, right? When I tell you it is awful, it is awful. For me, this is how it starts. I'll start to get hot on the back of my neck. I'll start to sweat and feel like this prickly hot feeling. And I'm like, oh no. And then I'll be playing, right? And if I move the camera a certain way, I'll feel this whoosh go over. Like my brain goes like whoosh. And I'm just like, oh my, nope, I can't. And there's a little short time frame where if I keep playing, I'm done. Or I could bail. So I do my best to bail before it gets too bad, and then I'll just go lay down. I have to go take a nap for like an hour, and then I'm fine. It sucks. Like, it's just not, it sucks. When these companies make woke games, you go broke. That's a whole other, I don't know, that's a whole other discussion. I'm not the most anti-woke. I tend to laugh at a lot of that stuff. So I'm probably not the best to... I'm not the best to talk about that. You might not like what I have to say. Mental health up 30 to 40% immediately. Oh, if you get off Twitter, yes, I agree with that. Keenan, yes, I'm talking about motion sickness. I am. I feel like I'm jumping around on these videos though. Reset. Okay, we watched Kids Move. He's done. Again, if you guys want to be set up, just a reminder, my side quest channel. I'm going to do some content outside of gaming, but it's still going to be like a gamer living her life kind of thing. So if you guys want to sub to this channel, you can. Right? I'm going to close it now. That's coming soon. We did already kind of go through this. I'm assuming you guys have all read this, so that's why I just kind of like went over it. And then, yeah. So I'll keep it here. Erica describing motion sickness somehow comes out sus. Hot neck, feeling woozy. Yeah, you just like heart palpitations, heart flutters, butterflies. Yeah, right. It ain't like that. I mean, it is, but in like a different way, I guess. Dude. Doomfire. I should have gave the game to Eric. Maybe you had it already, Eric. That's probably what it was. I think he was encouraging you not to say hear you. Oh, when he hearted my comment like, see, now this is a good comment. Stop saying hear you all the dang time. Des, shout out to Destin. Like, I watch his videos and he does the thing. He brings in his mic to get your attention. That's a thing. Like, people try to do things like that on their videos. I was on my last news video. I was going to do that and like make fun of him, but I didn't do it. That's funny. Wait, what? Let me see what you guys are saying. Another reason why people don't buy games because they make, the woke thing. Cinema is very, I see what you're saying, cinema. But like I said, that's a whole other discussion. You're talking about them being woke and DEI and stuff. Like I said, I am not that girl to give you what you want when it comes to that conversation. I just don't see games like that. You know, sometimes a game comes out and some random video or like people on Twitter or whoever, I don't know, Facebook's pretty bad, by the way. I noticed that because I was on Facebook recently. They can be just as bad as Twitter. Like, they are out here calling everything woke. The one that I really saw a lot of was God of War, Lafe. Like, they were going in with the memes and this is woke and blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, Facebook, you trying to say you're worse than Twitter. Okay, I got you. It's a thing. But see, with me, I don't look at games like looking for that stuff. When someone brings it up, I'm like, really? And then I'll see what they're saying and I'm like, I had no thoughts of this at all. Like when I saw the trailer or I'm not thinking like that. I see a female character and I'm just like, okay, it's a female character. I'm looking at the gameplay. I'm looking at the combat. Where's the combat? That's my question. I was more so not liking the cube because it was stupid combat. I wasn't thinking, oh, this cube is woke. Like, no, I was just like, what the heck is this? Like, this combat's trash. Like, that's my thought process. I'm not looking for like what race they are, the gender. I'm not looking at that stuff. I'm not that girl to like encourage this discussion. Twitter is where I read that already. The fleshlight. Freaking T-Rox. Talking about fleshlights and stuff. What the heck? Okay. I think I'm caught up. I left Twitter. F 'em. I like games though. FID. I like games though. Gears of War is fire. How dare you make critics require a standard? Dude. Felt like I was watching Coco Melon looking at that cube. I don't allow that Coco Melon in this house. You know how like there's certain shows that they tell parents to stay away from because they're like too stimulating for kids. If there's a show like Blippi, for example, I don't know if you guys know about Blippi. Blippi's a big thing for kids, for like toddlers and stuff. And Caden, he watches Blippi here and there. But there's like 3 versions of Blippi. There's the OG Blippi, there's the second dude, and now there's a third dude, as far as I know. And gradually over time, they went from like really fixed cameras to like cutting more, like cuts. Like, oh, we're at the park. Oh, look, I'm going down the slide. Oh, look, it cuts to like me juggling. And then like I'm like, no, we're going back to OG Blippi because the third one, he's cutting up. The editing is too many cuts and it's like too like crazy in their brain. I feel like this isn't good for a toddler. They need chill, stationary camera, and just, you know what I mean? But the new Blippi, I've seen him. I'm like, no, I don't know about this editing. You're doing too much, Blippi. So I'll make my son watch the older Blippi. You know what I mean? But yeah, I try to stay away from like the Coco Melons, the crazy like just here's a clip, here's a clip, here's a clip. Oh, next scene, next scene, next scene. It's just constant, like it's too much stimulation. It's too much for me, let alone like a toddler. Like, no, we're not watching this. Blue's Clues, he went through a Blue's Clues phase. He doesn't like it anymore. What does he watch now? Listen, this kid, you guys know he likes Astrobot. He watches Astrobot glitch videos. He learns how to glitch outside the map, and he will do it when he plays. I have a serious gamer kid on my hands, for reals. Like, I think he's gonna be a gamer. Okay, so we're gonna watch Jason right now, but Forza Horizon 6, the highest rated AAA game of the year, is not on PS5, so it's an Xbox exclusive. I mean, it's going there, but it's going there late. Imagine if it was there day one. Those numbers would be even more crazy. But Steam went wild with Forza. Steam went crazy. And that's probably why some of the Xbox fanboys are like, oh, Steam is going to do that for Gears too. Gears ain't Forza though. Forza is, listen, I've learned a lot through knowing Autumn. Shout out to Autumn. Autumn, she loves Forza. She competes. She wins tournaments. That girl is a Forza gamer. I've learned a lot from Autumn, just how deep that community is. So deep. And they are big. Like, as far as support, they are huge. So I just know that, like, yeah, Forza is not Gears. It is not the same. I sound like a pony. Because I'm giving credit to Forza? How is that making me sound like a pony? That's wild. Listen, Go-Go, I appreciate you. You did ask me, are you more of an Xbox or PlayStation fan? I mostly play on PC and PlayStation. I don't even have my Xboxes hooked up. Does that enrage you? Does that frighten you? Am I a pony? I guess so. I've been called a pony a lot. I actually kind of like it. I've embraced it. I have pony memes that I share to my friends. Let me show you something. Hold on. Let me show you something. This is one of my favorite things to post. Let me show it. Gosh, where is it? Is it in my downloads? It's going to be very loud. My friends already know what I'm going to show. They already know. Oh, it's on my desk. It's on my desktop. That should tell you I use this thing a lot. Okay, you guys ready? Let me turn down the volume because it's going to blow your ears out. I post this at least once a week. Right, Audible? I post this a lot. Oh, you can't hear it? Shoot. Okay, I'm turning it up. Oh, I have it very low. I'm all dancing to nothing. Ready? It's going to be loud.
Life is meant to live it up, stretch your stuff. If you're feeling down, it's time to giddy up. If you think you stopping me from being joyous, wait up, hold your horses now.
I post that at least once a week. And it's just to be funny. Like, I've embraced it. I put the pony emotes, all of that, because I know where I stand. I don't care. Like, if people want to call me a pony, it's fine. Hold your horses now. I could rock a pony. Oh, I used to wear a ponytail all the time when I was a kid. I think that's why I'm so, like, I always put my hair down now, because when I was a kid, I always had a ponytail. So, see, I always been a pony. Because listen, when you're secure and you know, I sound all like, when you're secure, when you know you're a gamer, I'll just say that. When you know you're a gamer, you know what you play on. Like, if someone calls you a pony, then who cares? Like, it doesn't do anything to me. I embraced it. Why not? Just saw the worst movie of the year in Supergirl. I've heard that's bad. I haven't seen it. I don't really go to the movies anymore. It's very rare I go to the movies. I went for Mario, the recent Mario, because I wanted that to be my son's first movie, and it was awesome. I had a blast because I got to take my son. But other than that, I have not been to the movies in like forever. I don't go just because like, oh, I want to see that movie. I'm going to go. Most of the time I can't. I don't have like a sitter or something. And I really honestly don't even want to. I don't like going to the movies. People are loud. They chew loud. They breathe loud. I don't want to sit by some dude that's like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to step on sticky stuff on the ground. I'm good. And the seats, I don't know what's on those seats. Probably dirty. Like I'm good. I don't want to go. I remember one time we went to see Fast and Furious. This was before my son was born and stuff. This is like years ago. There was like a 4-year-old running up and down the aisles and the parents weren't doing anything. He was throwing his shoes. He was throwing his shoes up and down the aisle and the parents did nothing. And I remember thinking, I am never coming to the movies again. So ever since then, I was like, no, I'm good. I'll wait for it to come on video or like I'll watch it at home, I'll stream it or something. But I do want to see that Resident Evil movie. I do want to see that. She a cute pony. Let's listen to Jason a little bit. It's 18 minutes, but I want to see what he's saying.
Planning to cut 3,200 jobs, 1,600 cut today, Monday, July 6th.
Morning
and
shows are
another
good.
1,600 over the next
That's what we did for
few
Mario.
months. She is also divesting from 4 studios and planning to divest from a 5th. She, under Xbox is going to sell
Jets.
Ninja Theory,
He's a
the
Jets
makers
fan.
of Hellblade and the upcoming game Senua, and Undead
That makes me feel a little bit better because unfortunately I'm a Raiders fan. It's okay, Jason. We'll be okay.
Labs, the makers
all right.
of State of Decay and the upcoming State of Decay 3. Both of those games were just showed off at their summer showcase a few weeks ago. And 2 other studios are going to spin out and become independent.
Just
Double
end the
Fine,
season.
makers of Psychonauts and Keeper and Kiln and the phenomenal documentary Psych
You guys
Odyssey.
ever say that saying? My dad always said that. Just end the season. That's what he always says for the Jets. He kind of has a lisp, yeah. I can't say anything because sometimes I have a lisp.
And Compulsion Games, makers of We Happy Few and South of Midnight. Those 2 are going to spin off and become
I do
privately
have his
owned
book,
independent studios that are now owned by their
what is it called?
management.
Pixels?
Xbox, as a result of this, is going to
I do have one
give
of his
those 2
books.
studios back the rights to their IP, as well as some runway to help
Sass
them
in his voice.
get going as they go independent. Xbox is also saying that they plan to keep working on and finish Senua and State of Decay 3. As for the 5th is Arcane, as had been rumored. Xbox is planning to do something with Arcane, but because of stringent French labor laws, that could not happen right away. And so Xbox is
Yeah,
entering the
we talk about
process
all
that's
this
called
stuff, but
consultation,
I wanna hear
where
him just
essentially they
kinda
have a conversation with the council, the work council at Arcane,
Lay it out for
saying,
us.
hey, let's review our strategic options. Are we going to sell you? Are you going to spin out? What is the future going to look like? That future will likely involve the studio continuing to work on their game, Blade,
What's up, my
but it
pony?
will not be part of Xbox anymore. You might have seen a lot
What's
of
up, my
rumors over the
pony?
last couple
What?
of weeks about various studios
Portal,
being on the
what's going on?
chopping block. This is what is actually happening.
pony.
And if you have read Bloomberg, I mean, we have reported on a lot of this. We reported a few weeks ago that
It's too funny.
Compulsion and Double Fine and Ninja Theory were in negotiations with Xbox. And
You
there's
got
an
a
important
degree
distinction
up
here.
here.
There's been a lot
I
of
didn't notice
stories
that
out there,
before.
a lot of reports, a lot of videos.
Okay,
whatever,
Jason.
that these
Journalism,
studios
a
had been
degree
closed.
probably,
That was
and a
not
guitar.
true, and I tried to make it clear on YouTube, on Reddit, on Reddit, on Bloomberg.
I'm
that
looking
those
at his
studios were
room like a
not
stalker. What else you
closed.
got?
Nothing had actually happened yet. They were in negotiations to avoid closure, ideally by either
Someone's at
spinning
my
out or
door.
selling, which is what happened. There are also going to be major job cuts across the entire organization. Xbox Game Studios is
You know what,
going
you
to see
guys?
big
That reminds me. I need to go grab something from the front. I think we got a couple deliveries. I'll be right back. It might be my paint. I think it's my paint. I'll go get it. Well, I heard the ring like again. this story. Hold on. It looked the same. It was crazy. I'm almost done, maybe. We'll see. What did Mark say? Are we ripping the bots a new one? Uh-oh. Reforge did a little bit. I brought up Reforge earlier. I was showing his clip because he streamed today. And he was calling them frauds. He was saying, you don't care about the games. I'm like, yes, somebody's finally saying something. Get this back on. Mr. Medina. I got a degree and a guitar too. Look at melodic. I have that too, Mom. You're trying to show off for your mother. I see you. Okay, I see you. Melodic's my internet son, just for those who don't know the context there.
Cuts. ZeniMax is going to see big cuts. Activision Blizzard is going to see some cuts, although fewer
I'm the
than
mom.
ZeniMax and XGS.
She's some, I'm a grandma.
So
Depends who you
let's
talk
go through it.
to.
I'm gonna read a couple of lines from Asha Sharma to try to understand why this is happening and how this is all happening. Some pretty candid language in Asha's email to staff this morning and Sharma's email to staff this morning.
We're just watching
"Our
Jason right
business
now.
today is
What's
not
up, True
healthy.
Bleed?
We are operating at margins that are 3
We
to
watched
10
a couple of
times lower
videos.
than comparable."
Just in case you're late or you're here just barely coming in. We watched some Kids Move. We watched some Reforge. Who else? I don't remember what else. We just kind of read through the blog, the Asha's memo thing, and now we're watching Jason because Jason is such a breath of fresh air in these YouTube streets. Even with the Jets cap, we're going to forgive that though.
Platform and publishing businesses. Gonna skip over a little
You're
bit.
gonna hit
We
the
must
age
reset
soon.
Xbox. She talks a little bit about
Oh, we talked about me being a pony. You missed that, Mark. You missed my dance.
Life is meant to live it up, stretch your stuff. If you're feeling down,
Because I was telling everybody, like, listen, because somebody called me a pony in the chat, and I'm like, listen, I have this video on my desktop. That's how much I play this video in my DMs. Like, I know I've sent this to Mark.
it's time
Do
to
it.
giddy up. If you think you stopping me from being joyous, wait up, hold your horses now.
I love when horses dance. It's the funniest thing. It's the funniest thing.
the previous
So
strategy under
I'm all
former
about it. Like, if
regime
you wanna-
under Phil
if I'm a
Spencer,
pony, I'm a
who
pony.
Since 2018 has
fine.
been buying up all these studios.
Horses are cute.
and
Who
she
doesn't
writes
love
that
horses?
We have learned that we are not
Who
the
doesn't
best
love
home for
ponies
every
and
type of
horses? Come
studio.
on.
In a typical year, we lost 64 cents
not
for
an
every
insult.
dollar we invested. She talks about how Xbox is not the best
Lurking.
place for
What's
all
up,
of
Red?
these independent game studios to be home.
Not
It's the best
Jason.
home
Hold on, Jason. Did you hurt your hand like me? Too much gaming. Too much gaming, typing, and writing. Oh
for
man,
them.
I had that
and
before.
Instead, they are going to quote help independent creators succeed
That's
by
not
providing open
fun. Get a
development tools and
massage,
audiences to
Jason.
realize
Go get a massage and tell them like work the whole arm. It will help. Trust me.
their vision. There's also some other various restructuring
Pony
that she
vibes
mentions.
embraced.
Mo Yang and King are going to report directly to
Smells like hay.
Asha Sharma. She talks a lot about the platform teams being too big and bloated with
Speaking of hey, where's Nicola at? Nicola, where are you? I'm surprised you're not here.
management
Okay,
layers,
let's
and they're
watch.
going to be doing a lot of cuts there. ZeniMax, as I mentioned, is going to be impacted pretty significantly. They're going to be restructured to a franchise-first model. They're basically going to be focusing on their biggest franchises, which you might have seen rumors about it just being Fallout and Elder Scrolls. That also is not true. A lot of the rumors have not been true. They are going to focus on Fallout, Elder Scrolls, Quake, Wolfenstein, and Doom. So all five of
those
those
are gonna still be
franchises are gonna
going,
a big focus
which
for
makes
ZeniMax
sense.
moving forward. There's some other kind of operational changes,
All
people
first
changes. I won't get into all
person.
the specific details. And she writes, I'm going to quote again, these changes
Except
are about
maybe
a bigger
Elder
for
Scrolls.
future for Xbox,
Could
not
probably
a
switch to
smaller
third.
one. Skipping over a couple lines. This year, we'll invest as much in Xbox as we ever have, but we'll invest with greater focus, greater discipline, and greater clarity, all in service of making Xbox where the world plays and creates. Yada, 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 more corporate stuff. She wants Xbox to reach 1 billion players per day. So
I forgot about that part. She wants to hit 1 billion players per day. And I think the stats right now is they hit that in a year. So if we just focused on that, that could create panic too, because you'd be like, damn, she's probably going to go hard like on mobile or something. Cloud, AI. I don't know. What are we going to do with that information? Pink Pony Club. When I get a massage, I usually skip that part. What part?
what does all this mean? How do we get here? So how do we get here? I answered that in a previous video.
I need
I'll
a
throw that in the
massage
show notes.
too,
And by the
man.
way, all of my coverage on this is also going to be on Bloomberg, so make sure you check that. I'll provide links in the show notes as well. Make sure you click on that story and read the story that I published on Bloomberg this morning about what is going on at Xbox. Short version of how we got here is that Phil Spencer doubled down on Game Pass, which is Xbox's version of Netflix for video games, their catalog service where you pay a monthly fee and you get access to a bunch of video games as part of that. And in order to bolster that lineup and see continued growth, he went on a shopping spree and bought a bunch of these studios, including the 4 that are getting divested and also ZeniMax, the publisher behind Arcane. And he wanted to add all of those games to Game Pass and then went on to buy Activision.
Phil went
Call of Duty to
crazy.
Game Pass.
Like, he really
that
did.
strategy did not pay off, and Game Pass did not
Call of
grow
Duty did not
to
do
the
good.
at the expected rate. Game Pass plateaued. Did not see the growth that he wanted. He wanted it to reach 100 million users. Instead, it capped out around 35 million users, according to estimates. They stopped revealing exactly how many people were subscribed to Game Pass, which, as I mentioned before, usually when a company
Red,
doesn't
have a good
reveal
one.
numbers anymore, that is a bad sign. And of course, this is all coming amidst
Yeah, they
a
don't reveal
landscape where
numbers.
the
That's what I
Xbox
was saying with the Gears thing. We're not even gonna know. We're not gonna know. That's like the part that sucks. We can only assume.
hardware has been in decline, has been struggling.
And we'll know when we see those lobbies on multiplayer Audible. We're gonna know when we start seeing the same teams. Oh, we just played this team. Oh, it's a wrap.
a lot over the last decade.
They start.
and
Listen, they start speaking Spanish. It's a wrap. Gears is done. And I listen. I'm Mexican, okay? I'm Mexican. Let me say that. The Mexicans love Gears, okay? They're the ones that still keep playing it. They're playing it right now as we speak. Once we start hearing them in the lobbies, it is the same people. Oh, we already know this game is toast.
And that is
No one's
before
playing it.
This current chip crisis. That
And we
has
get
led to,
2-0'd. We can't even get around. It's a wrap.
just complete
It's a wrap.
devastation, a cataclysmic chip crisis thanks to AI, where hardware prices are skyrocketing, availability is becoming a serious problem.
Freaking
and
AI,
as Asha
man.
Sharma said in a previous note, not today but a few weeks ago, they are expecting
Good
to
and
pay
bad.
in 2027 5 times as much for memory and storage as they did in 2024. 5 times as much for memory and storage. That is pretty bonkers. So this is a pretty crazy time. The one thing that is worth noting
It's
about this
funny because
announcement that I
it's
think
true,
is
man. We just
particularly,
know. We know Gears. We just know this
interesting.
gonna
An
happen.
interesting decision, I'll say that much, is that there are 32 jobs being cut in Xbox, but only 1,600 of them are being cut today. The other 1,600
32.
include the studios that are being divested from, and also jobs that are going to be eliminated over the next 12 months, over the rest of the fiscal year. In other news, in other words, if you are still at Xbox or if you are still in one of these orgs and you are not laid off today, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if you're going to be part of that next wave of layoffs that is going to happen over the next few months, which is a really difficult position to be in. It is really tough to be working on any part of any organization, let alone creative endeavors. It's really
The morale is just going to be bad. Like I was saying, I was bringing up my own. Listen, we were not creative at the IRS. It was not that kind of environment, but we had to go in there and do our job. The morale was terrible because people were getting laid off and you didn't know if you were next. And then it got to the point where you wanted to be next. I wanted to be fired because at least I knew I was going to leave with something. I was really wanting to be fired, but they weren't firing me. So I was like, dang it, what am I going to do? You know, it's just, it's not a good morale. It was depressing. It was very depressing. So I could just imagine having to be creative and you're being artistic and you're doing what you feel is your passion, but having this as a big dark cloud above you.
Hard to make
that's what I
great
was
art,
thinking
to
of.
make great games when you are constantly
these
worried about
devs,
losing your
it
job. It's really
sucks.
hard to put your all in and be willing to put in maybe
Why put in
extra
your
hours
whole
or
heart?
put in all of your
Exactly.
energy
Why
into
do that?
something without knowing if you're still going to have a job next month or next week. So that is going to be hanging over a lot
Mentally
of people.
draining.
In the
It
coming
is,
weeks and
Davis.
months.
I could
And
just
then of course
imagine.
we have 1,600 jobs being lost today all across the organization. So that 3,200 comprises about 20% of Xbox. Xbox was about 16,000 employees. They are now going down to about, let's call it 12,800, something like that.
He's got all
Still
the
a
numbers.
big
you know?
organization, but getting significantly smaller. And this is an
I'm
organization
still drinking
that
this
had
cold
gotten
coffee.
huge, largely due to this spending spree that the previous regime went on. Activision Blizzard alone was, I believe, close to 9,000 people that were added to this organization back when that deal closed a few
9,000.
years ago. So what does this mean for the future? Well, clearly Xbox is not going to be in the business of making independent style games anymore. Games like what Double Fine makes, what Compulsion makes. And clearly they are not that interested in single A, triple, double A, whatever you want to call it, that kind of middle tier of games that has not really led to big results for them, and it has not led to growth, even though it has led to some critical acclaim. Last year's Keeper.
You know what's the crazy kind of sad thing about that? Like, because with indie games, I love indie games. But you guys remember during the 360 era when they had like arcade, Xbox Arcade, and I remember playing Fez through there. Remember Fez was like a big deal, that indie game? And then I think they had like demos on there, and you would get like a window into the world of indies. Be like, oh, look at these smaller games, like Limbo. Remember Limbo? Like I remember seeing those games on Xbox first, and now all these years later, it's like, oh, they don't even want to like fund games like that anymore. It's kind of sad to think about.
From Double Fine, was nominated for some awards, won some awards, didn't get the most like top rave reviews from critics. I thought it was pretty cool as kind of an interactive piece of art, but was generally liked and acclaimed, I would say. South of Midnight, same thing. Again, not universally acclaimed by every single critic. You look at that Metacritic score; it's not in the 90+ range or anything like that, but it won some awards.
It's
and
decent.
Was,
Did okay.
well-received. I think it
like,
was one of those games where like if you like people who loved it really
Review-wise,
really spoke to them, which I think is an interesting, like I think that's a good thing for art, to be a little bit polarizing and maybe not appeal to everybody, but to appeal very much to the people who it really speaks to. So that stuff is not going to happen anymore.
I love indies.
We are going to see a pivot to focus on some of the biggest franchises. Now, that doesn't mean they're not going to be making new things, and they are incubating some new IPs. Most notably, one that comes to mind that I think they have been pretty public about is that Activision has a game in development that is under a studio called Elsewhere in Poland. I believe a lot of it is ex-CD Projekt Red people, and they've said...
I haven't heard about that. Another thing I want to say before I forget, because about indies. Remember when Ori came out? I played it on Xbox One, because like I said, I wasn't really like fully on PC yet. I did end up getting it on PC. I played Ori 2 on PC, but for the first one, I felt like I have to play that on my Xbox because it looks so good. I just felt like Xbox was kind of like a gateway to like certain indies and certain small games, and it's like then it got to the point where, what's that game called? The No Rest for the Wicked didn't even go to Xbox. Isn't that barely coming out for the Wicked Xbox? Let me get this right because I don't want to misspeak on this. Yeah, it's not there yet. So it just goes to show you, that's one example where like Xbox is not that box anymore. It used to be. That was where we went to play Ori. That's where I went. And then the same developer makes No Rest for the Wicked, and it only goes to PC, which maybe that was a funding issue or whatnot. But then now, let me see. No Rest for the Wicked. PlayStation. Is it on PlayStation? It's on it says add to wish list. So it's not there either. But yeah, man, and then even when it comes to like small Souls-like games, they weren't getting that. They didn't get that one game. What the freak was it called? The Italian Souls. They didn't get that. It went everywhere but there. Wukong is not a Souls game, but they didn't get Wukong at launch. They just weren't getting games. And as somebody who likes combat heavy games, action RPGs like Souls, they weren't getting a lot of them. So as a Souls gamer, I'm like, what is there on Xbox for me to go after? Like, it's just, the games aren't there. Like, if you want to have the surefire bet, like, I'm going to be able to play all the Souls games I can, PC and PlayStation, that's it. Xbox lost that. Like, they just didn't have that. And I tried to explain that to people because they'd be like, well, you're a pony and this and that. I'm like, well, listen, if you knew what I knew about how I could only get these codes on PlayStation, or I could only get these Souls games on PlayStation or Steam, then you would understand, like, I don't need the Xbox. Like, I'm not going to lie to you.
New IP RPG.
Like, it is what it is.
Working on. So Xbox still is investing in some new IP. It's just they are not going to invest in that kind of independent AA.
Oh, Audible, what are you saying about my stream? Hold on. This isn't necessarily a necessity, but consider putting your cam on the top left. Char hides your face cam on some. Oh, you think Char's gonna react to me like this? Oh, chat. Wait, chat. Oh, got you. You said Char at first. Fine, I'll put my camera right here. Is you happy now?
Model anymore. They're focusing on big franchises, and that's what we're seeing, especially at ZeniMax, where we're going to see a really big overhaul. And I wouldn't be surprised if they start focusing more on trying to get more Fallout games out on a more regular cadence, trying to get more Elder Scrolls
Your phone
games
autocorrects
out on a more regular cadence, because those are two franchises
typing
that
Char
are
too
humongous,
much is what
but
it
have
is.
not really been what executives like to call, quote, exploited in the way that I don't know, an Activision or another studio might use them, might exploit them. And I mean, I think any kind of objective observer might look at something like Fallout and say, wait a minute, there hasn't been a new single-player Fallout game since 2015. There hasn't been any new Fallout game since 2018, despite this hit show on Amazon that has been going for the last couple of years. What is going on here? Obviously, there's this reported remaster that's going to hit at some point in the near future, but aside from that, the lack of new Fallout games, I think, is pretty striking, and it makes sense that they would want to invest in more of
Fallout
that
New
stuff,
Vegas
focus
too.
more on these big franchises. Worth noting once again that despite rumors you might have seen on the internet, Xbox still is investing in Doom and Wolfenstein and Quake, so it is not just Fallout and Elder Scrolls.
Damn, first person slop. The first person box. Xbox. Oh, man, it's just such Xbox. That's what they do. They have a lot of first person shooters and stuff. It's fine.
Elder Scrolls, of course,
I'm not
Elder Scrolls
audience.
6 is the next big game from Bethesda Game Studios. Don't expect to see that for a little while.
Bethesda is lazy.
Very clear
They need a
about
new
that.
damn engine is what it is. They're Bethesda for a reason. Like, what's going on over there?
But that is another one that they are seeing as a big bet moving forward. The other big part of this is Minecraft.
2036.
So what's happening with Minecraft is interesting. So Minecraft, as I mentioned, the studio behind Minecraft, Mojang,
But enjoy
is
the
going to be
show in the
reporting
meantime, I
directly to
guess.
Asha Sharma. And it seems
That's crazy.
like Xbox wants to invest more in the Minecraft ecosystem. Minecraft has been extremely successful. By far the most successful of the acquisitions that the Xbox regime has made over the last...
She's just looking at, look, we have this big thing called Minecraft. Let's make more money off this thing. Like, I don't blame her for like looking at the big things and like what makes them money, you know, and that's a multi-plat thing. It's making a lot of money for them. Let's make more like that. She's just going to focus on that stuff. So I don't know how fans feel about that. but
15 years.
that's probably going to
Minecraft
happen.
and Mojang was actually the first one. They bought Minecraft in 2014. It was one of the first moves.
That was
under the
actually
Phil
a great
Spencer regime
purchase.
after he took over. I believe they bought it for around
Phil, you should have
$2.5
stopped right there, Phil.
dollars,
Chill
which,
out and just make
was a
good
steal in
games.
retrospect, because that game has continued to perform extremely well and make a lot of money for the company over the last few years. Plus, it's got its own movie tie-in, which also made $1 billion at the box
movie
office.
did
And there's a
good.
sequel coming, so huge franchise. I wouldn't be
Kids
shocked
love
if we see
freaking
Xbox
Minecraft.
start looking at Minecraft as its own version of Roblox and invest in that to try to create its own sort of platform, its own sort of ecosystem to take on something like Roblox. I don't know how feasible it is to start adding game creation tools in something like Minecraft, which is essentially, if you're not familiar, I imagine most people are, but
I'm not.
Minecraft is
Teach me.
digital Legos. It has some interesting kind of mechanisms that you can play around with. It has computers that you can build. People have done all sorts of crazy stuff using the computer system, built-in computer system within Minecraft over the years. I don't know how feasible it would be to turn that into a game-making system, but that could be what they are trying to do. I don't know.
So, okay, so what he's saying, and from my understanding, because I don't play Minecraft, you can't build a game. Like, you can't create games within Minecraft, T-Rock. I know you have experience with Minecraft. Because from what I understand, Roblox, you can. We were just talking about Blippi not too long ago. Blippi, he has episodes where he plays as himself in Roblox. And it's like a Blippi world. And he's like jumping around. And he's like streaming himself playing as himself in Roblox. So Minecraft, you can't do that? Am I right on that? So Jason, I think his mind is going towards that future. Like maybe they're gonna try and do that to compete with Roblox, and people can create their own worlds and characters and all that. I feel like I thought Minecraft could do that, but I guess they can't. Minecraft is just strictly like build with our pieces and our theme and not other themes. That would be interesting if they did that. I'd only be like kind of interested because like of my son, maybe he would want to play Minecraft. He's been showing interest in it. I just haven't pushed it because, you know, it's mostly first person, like what he watches. And I'm like, okay, maybe, yeah, I guess you can play it, but I don't know if I could watch.
If that's specifically what
But
they're
I'd be
going to try
kind of
to do.
interested
But
to see what they
are
do
definitely
for
doing is
him
investing more in it as a platform,
as he gets
which is why
older.
Mojang is going to report directly to Asha Sharma rather than having that layer of middle management. Previously,
That might
I
be
believe
smart
they
as
had
heck,
reported
honestly,
to
if
Matt
Asha were to
Booty, who
do
then
that.
reported to Asha Sharma. Now they're cutting other people out of that equation, cutting the studio's chief out of that equation. Worth noting, by the way, Matt Booty is not
Yeah,
mentioned
Davis, I
in
agree with
Asha
you on
Sharma's
that.
email today,
That's where the
although there
million
are a
play
couple
or
other
billion
people
is going to come
mentioned.
from.
She mentions
Mobile.
that a woman named Helen Chang, who actually ran Mojang for a while, is being promoted to the chief operating officer at Xbox and given a bunch of new responsibilities overseeing P&Ls, etc. Another thing that they're mentioning, I mentioned, by the way, King is also going to report directly to Asha Sharma. Candy Crush, I think they also view as a platform that has its own kind of like
Mobile. I think you guys are right. Like Davis in the chat, he's saying the billion players has to be mobile or multiple service games. Yeah, if she's wanting to get a billion players a day, you have to be going mobile. There's no other way. There ain't no way to get that on just through Xbox ecosystem, like through PC or cloud. That's not happening. It's got to be mobile. Maybe she's gonna bring Minecraft in certain ways to mobile and like just really expand the franchises in those ways. That alone, if I was like a hardcore Xbox fan, I'd be a little bit nervous just with that piece of information. Like, I don't know.
Potentials for the
Asha
future
box.
and future investment and whatnot. Again, I think that a lot of this is about investing
Everyone's
more in the
addicted to
biggest
phones.
platforms and the biggest
Candy
franchises.
Crush on Steam.
One other thing I think is worth noting as part of this, and trust me, there will be
I don't
more
think
to
I
say
ever
in
played
the future
Candy
as we
Crush.
see how this all unfolds,
I
as
don't
more
think I ever
information
did.
comes out, as more reporting comes out. Is that I'm going to read something. Asha Sharma writes in this memo, quote, "As Xbox grew our headcount, we became more fragmented. Teams, studios, and functions often operate independently, and it became harder to work towards a shared goal, make the right trade-offs, and get things done.
It's just too many people. And the
Essentially,
14
what happened under Phil
layers
Spencer,
is too much.
is that the studios that were purchased, a lot of them became what was known as limited integration studios. In other words, they were given a lot of autonomy to make their own decisions, decide what projects they wanted to make. They still had to go through a greenlighting process with the rest of Xbox, but they got a lot of power to just kind of run their businesses in the way they saw fit. They didn't want to change their cultures. You buy a company like Double Fine, you buy it because you want what Double Fine does, not because you want to integrate Double Fine into some Xbox Borg and change its culture and whatnot. It looks like that is going to change. And part of what Asha Sharma is aiming for here is more centralization.
Nah,
less
you
independent,
answer
less
to
autonomy
me.
of the studios, more kind
No
of
more
central
of this
businesses,
freedom,
more, quote,
man.
unquote,
When I mean
accountability,
business, she's
more
not going to be
decisions
about
that.
that.
Do have to go through the
Dang.
overall chain.
See, there's a
and
lot of layers
ultimately
to
lead up
this.
to
It's, you got to
Asha
think
Sharma
about
and her
things.
leadership team, and I suspect that will lead to some a very different sort of Xbox. It remains to be seen, and we'll see in the coming months and years what that ultimately means for their ability to release hit games and make an organization that people want to work for. But that's what the new strategy is.
I guess we could argue it might be for the best. It won't be so chaotic. Every company, every developer answers to her, and they know what they're getting into when they do get a job. And it's gonna be more of a corporate understanding of like, okay, she means business. I'm here to work. I'm here to do, like, I don't know. That might be better in the long run. I'm not a business major. I ain't nothing like that. I just know that when there's structure, it's probably better. Instead of everyone just doing their own thing, and like Double Fine had their own culture. You had Activision with their own culture. Everybody's doing their own little things. And then you had Phil at the top or whatever and have all these layers, 14 layers of people or whatever. That's chaotic. That just sounds too like crazy. So maybe, she's getting them in the right direction of like 3 to 5 layers, and I'm at the top. That's it. You answer to me now. Mojang, you talk to me. You email me, not these other people. You're going to me. So I don't know. It might be better.
One final thought. It's clear that something needed to change at Xbox. Xbox was not heading
Nail
in the right
down
direction. Xbox was a
fundamentals.
struggling business. It was not attaining the growth.
I think if she still maintains like being transparent, easy to talk to, understanding, empathetic, and having a human side, but at the same time, she's like, we're here for business. We mean business. You could come in and talk to me. My door's open, but I need you to work. Like, it might just be that kind of culture she's trying to set.
Under a company
Hopefully
like Microsoft.
they like her.
This is the big
And
swing,
it's not
the first
toxic
of the
or
big
anything.
swings, the big reset, as Asha Sharma
But
calls
maybe
it.
she's trying to get
I
it
think
to that
no
point.
matter what you might see on the internet, whether it's people celebrating or doom and gloom, I think the actual reality here is we do not know how this is going to play out in the medium to long-term future. We do not know what this is going to look like for Xbox's ability to make games and sell hardware and reach people and make players happy.
Yeah, we won't know.
I think that's
how it happens.
It would certainly they certainly could use some more hit games, and if it leads to that, I think players will eventually get to celebrate. But right now, we do not know. The only thing we do know is that a lot of
Art
people
versus
are
business.
losing their jobs. They're heading into a market that is extremely tumultuous and extremely difficult to find work in, and it is going to be a really difficult time for 1,600
so
people
pretty.
today and another 1,600 over the
She
coming
is.
months as we enter Microsoft's next fiscal.
Yeah, see, we don't know. Like we were saying earlier, like this could be, who knows? This could be coalition. We don't know. I guess what sucks with the whole Gears of War thing is like all of this going on the year that it's releasing and them taking it off PlayStation. I've been worried about this game and how it's going to go down. There's just so much going on. We have no idea how it's going to play out. I just hate that it's Gears. You know what I mean? Like if it was Senua because they're leaving or whatever, oh, that's exclusive to Xbox. Okay, they get that one game out and then they're leaving anyways, whatever. But Gears is like, it's Gears. And then it's like an experiment. Like, oh, we're going to have Gears for this experiment and see what happens. And it's like, that makes me very uneasy. It just does. So good video by Jason. He's very, like I said, it's refreshing because there's no feelings here. He's just like, hey, this is what's going on. It's too early to know what to expect. So if you're celebrating or doom and gloom, wherever you're at, it's too early to be on either side. Like you're kind of, that's why I'm trying to stay in the middle of like, being objective and like just looking at the facts and like just seeing like, listen, it's not over yet. We don't know how this is going to play out. This could take months and months and months and years to even like say like, yeah, that was the best decision ever. Asha was the best decision. We won't really know until like a year or two, if at the least. So yeah, I'm with you, Jason. All right. I'm with you. We have a lot in common. We got glasses. We both like terrible teams. I have a degree. I sometimes have a lisp. This might be my kindred spirit right here. I don't know. You know, he likes the facts. We go to the facts. All right. What is this? Burger Shop 3 early access. Who? Mag did a video. There's this IGN video. I don't think I'm going to watch it, though, because I don't know. I'm kind of getting tired. You have Laura Fryer's video. Shout out to Auntie.
As Danny Passion super chatted $2. Gears had survived 20 rupees on Xbox and Steam. Zero worries.
Wait, 20? What do you mean 20 Rs? What's that? Gears had survived 20 Rs on Xbox. Oh, I don't know what you mean. Zero worries, Danny? You might have to expand on that. Another duo? I know, I got Eric as my duo already. I got another duo. I got Jason Schreier over here. All I need is a beard and a mustache. I'll work on that. And then Auntie, she talked about the Freedom Trap. 20 years? Oh, because they survived for 20 years? It's been 20 years. Yeah, they're on their 20th anniversary. But Danny, you got to look at the last couple of games. It's been on a decline. E-Day could bring it back, though. I have faith E-Day is going to be really good. I do have faith. I just hope it sells well because I want more Gears. I know some people say like it's a dead franchise and it's past its prime, which is true. It is. It is. But I still want to play Gears going forward. I love Gears of War. I want more. I want Gears. I am having a brain fart. I can't. All I hear is my son. That's the mom brain. I'm like, wait. I'm trying to talk here. All I hear is Caden. It's like my mom brain goes to that. Gears. The top down game. Freak. Steam. Son of a. Gears. Tactics. Son of a bitch. I couldn't remember. Gears Tactics. I want another one. Like, I want more Gears, damn it. It's crazy that Gears 5 was 2019. It was 2019. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a minute. Now you guys hit me with Tactics. Could have told me that 2 minutes ago. Nah, but yeah, I just love Gears of War, so I'm like, damn it, I want more. And so I'm like more worried that, you know, them making the decisions they did with it, and I'm just like, I hope it survives. I hope it does. That one is fun. It really is. It's a fun game. I love that game. Should we close out with Auntie? I'm kind of it's weird. Like, I like doing streams like this, but man, it's kind of like I'm confusing myself in my brain. Like, I'm just all over the place. We're just yapping. I can't do this all the time.
That's your choice as a creator. The issue isn't what you
I'm
make.
not used to it.
The issue is when you explore higher risk or niche topics, but still build
You
the
got to
team,
hear this
the
part,
budget,
though. I
and the
got to show
timeline
this part.
as if it were a mainstream blockbuster. It's when you don't test those ideas early with real players to see if there's actually a market before making a blind commitment. Everyone could see that Keeper was a short, surreal, artistic, niche game. Yet nobody seemed willing to have the hard conversation about realistic expectations and scoping the project
Audible,
accordingly.
you a villain.
And he's just like, what's the most unpitchable idea that
This
I
part.
could present to Microsoft, who's stuck with us, and see if they approve it? And it did. And so we're just like, okay.
You have to scope the
It's
project
almost like
and the
it
team
sounds
size
like
to
they
match.
did it as like a joke. Like, yeah, let's just, you know what's the craziest thing we can pitch? Like, just for fun. Let's see if they say yes or not. And they pitched Keeper, and Xbox was like, yeah, let's do it.
The commercial risk. Otherwise, you're not being brave, you're being reckless with other people's careers. Imagine you're a parent watching your kid play near a busy street. You want them to explore, be creative, take risks, learn. You don't want to be a helicopter parent who controls every move. But if you're too hands off, that kid can run straight into traffic. Good leadership, whether you're a parent or running a
I'm going through this right now as a parent because, you know, my son, he's 3 going on 4. He's getting more brave. He's climbing things more. Like, he's at the playground. He's climbing on his own. And I'm doing my best to be like, okay, just do it. You know, no, I'm not going to hover him. I don't want to helicopter him. But the whole time, my eyes are like this. I'm looking at cars. I'm looking at strangers. I'm looking at other kids and what they're doing. I'm looking at everything. So it's like I'm not physically being a helicopter, but mentally I still am. And that's probably what she's saying. Like, you have to have a good balance of like freedom, but also you need to be in control and still guide them towards the right way to go. You know what I mean?
huge
It's
gaming
not
division
not
is
running
that
into the
constant,
street,
difficult
as she
balancing
says.
act. You give autonomy, but you also set clear boundaries and step in
Freaking
before
Matt
things
Booty.
go off a cliff.
I have a pretty strict rule about not sticking my nose into game design. I am here to tell you, and I will say, that our goal is to change as absolutely little about this studio as possible.
That's why these jobs are so tough. Too much control kills creativity. Too little control wastes hundreds of millions of dollars and ends
You
careers.
need that fine balance.
And that's exactly what went wrong here.
Too much hands off.
After Microsoft started buying up studios and doubling down on Game Pass, the message to a lot of teams became, go be creative, fill the service. Sales aren't the main priority anymore. And then leadership stepped back too
True,
far.
Danny, true.
Many studios heard that and ran with it. They were growing their teams, they were extending their timelines,
They're
they were
probably hiring
chasing
within their own
ambitious
company,
niche
too.
ideas. They were doing what they were encouraged to do.
And it's not their fault, because like she's saying, they were encouraged to be like that. Do your own thing, find your path, be creative. We're not going to stick our nose into this. You guys already have a business model. Stick to that. So they're just going to keep doing their own thing. And like Danny's saying, imagine going to work every day and being told to do whatever you want. Yeah. There's going to be days you don't feel like working. I'm just going to go in there and get paid. I'll write down some ideas on paper. There's going to be people absolutely doing that, especially if they're working from home or something. You're going to slack. I would slack. Shoot.
How much were we spending? What was the goal? Little by little, we added more people, and it was like a train that we couldn't stop.
But when the rules changed and the focus
they're just-
shifted
yeah,
back
they're
to
adding more people,
profitability,
they're bloating
a
it.
lot of those projects couldn't stand on their own. And this is where we are today.
That girl's super
I've been
pretty.
through many
Ooh.
acquisitions, and I've
Hold on.
watched many fail. When a company gets acquired,
Where'd she go?
they often forget how to run a business.
We added more people, and it was like a train.
Who dis? You're very beautiful. Whoever this girl is, she's
that we
pretty.
couldn't stop.
But when the
Won't even
rules
work.
changed
Yeah, I would
and
be
the
like-
focus shifted back
I'd
toward
get lazy.
profitability,
I would.
a lot of those projects
If that
couldn't
was
stand
me,
on
I
their
would
own.
get a little bit
And
lazy
this is
at
where
times.
we are today.
She's too damn
I've
pretty
been
for
through
her own
many
good. God
acquisitions,
damn it.
and I've watched many fail.
Damn it.
When a company gets acquired, they often forget how to run a business. They listen to the siren song of their new masters, and they lose what made them great in the first place.
To pitch RAD, I very much developed RAD around the idea of making a roguelike, because I knew how much money we had to get for it. I knew no one was going to give us that much money unless it was attached to an understandable genre that was making money at a small scale. I like roguelikes. It wasn't like I made
Roguelikes?
something I didn't want to make.
Are big.
Look at Double Fine in San Francisco as a clear case. Microsoft acquired them in 2019 when they were still a
Good Phil.
smaller, more nimble indie studio.
Man's
After joining
lost.
Xbox, the team grew from around 40 to 60
He's just like,
people
oh, it was a cool
to
studio,
roughly
guys.
100
All right, see you
employees
later.
in one of the most expensive cities
I'll
in the
see you
world.
in a
Double
month.
Fine. We remodeled. This is our new space. This is Suite 208. We have a multi-purpose
They remodeled.
board game area
Oh,
and
that's
yoga
money.
space.
Yoga
Since then, they've
space.
shipped Psychonauts 2, Keeper, and Kiln.
They
Both
got a
Keeper
bar?
and Kiln
Oh,
peaked
whoa,
at
whoa,
only
whoa,
around
wait a
190
minute.
concurrent
Hold
players
on, hold on.
Then they've shipped Psychonauts 2, Keeper, and Kiln.
There's a bar back there. They got a fire pit. They got a bar. These people ain't working. They're partying. This guy got a drink right here. Phil probably came in, had a margarita, and then left. What the heck is
Both
going
Keeper
on?
and Kiln peaked at only around 190 concurrent players on
Be like,
Steam.
yeah, I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna
They
go
got
drink.
decent Game Pass trials, but almost nobody bought them at full
Hey,
price.
save me a spot at the bar. I'll be
Keeper
there.
did pick
hey,
up some
all right.
awards and
We'll
nominations
talk about
for its
our
art direction,
ideas.
its visuals, and accessibility. But this is where the industry
What?
bubble comes in. Games can get
Let's
reviewed well
brainstorm
and even
over
win
some
awards
drinks.
while
All
having
right,
very little
bet.
commercial
Go
success.
Get some food too.
You saw
Put
this
it
with
on the
Mixtape.
Xbox
It's already
tab.
getting early awards buzz, despite modest
Mixtape.
sales and plenty of debate about whether or not it even feels like a traditional
Funny,
game.
man. What the
Remember
heck?
when Phil Spencer talked
I'd
about
never seen that
Redfall's
before.
pre-release mock reviews?
Oh god.
He mentioned they were internally expecting high 80s, but the game landed much lower. That's a classic bubble problem.
On the score, yeah, we do mock reviews for every game that we launch, and this is like double digits lower than we thought we would be.
But here's where it gets complicated. It's easy to look at numbers and blame corporate greed.
drinks on Game
and sure,
Pass.
there's some of that. But I've lived this exact situation.
Look at Phil
At
getting
one
the tour.
point, I was
Hi
running a
guys,
bunch of
what's going
studios,
on?
and we had just acquired 2. And they couldn't be more different. One was
He's all
focused and
hovering him
successful,
right there.
and the other one was a
Like,
cash
hey, look what
fire
we
with a
made.
very ambitious
There's a
project.
piñata in there.
When we toured the
What's going
successful
on?
studio, they actually had buckets on the rafters so that when it rained, they could catch the water. The other studio had just moved into one of the biggest, most expensive waterfront offices available. We immediately got to work fixing both, upgrading the leaky office
That
and
booty
getting
kinda
the
tall,
other
though.
studio
The
out
heck?
of their expensive lease and into a more reasonable location.
Look at them.
Was it easy to tell the
They're
failing studio they had
partying
to
in
move?
there. What is
No,
going on?
It sucked, okay? I caught a lot of heat. People were really upset. It was not fun. But I knew it was the right thing to do for the long-term viability of the studio. I wanted to keep as many talented developers as I could. So this isn't a new pattern, and it has
The way I'm
shared
just like, I'm
accountability.
looking at everything
Double
in this
Fine
dang
could have
studio.
stayed leaner. They could have moved to a lower-cost location.
You got like to do in progress. Okay, what's over here? What's that say?
Microsoft could have
Done. Okay, you have a lot of stuff done. Nothing in progress to do. Okay, looks like they had a lot of stuff done. Look at that. Okay. No judgments. Do you guys see this? Look behind me. No judgments. No judgments, guys. Just pitch whatever you
stepped
want.
in with clearer boundaries sooner. But
We're not
that
gonna
didn't
judge
happen.
it.
The guys who are in charge, dude, look, Matt, Booty, and Phil Spencer, top-notch dudes. Super respect those guys. They're great. They're gonna come in, smile, point. You guys keep on, do what you do. Woo, we're gonna be like, yeah. 2 days later, Steve from accounting and Bill from marketing shows up. Then we have problems.
We saw some of the same issues with Redfall and Perfect
Oh,
Dark.
man.
Massive talent exodus, morale problems, slow progress, teams that even hoped Microsoft would cancel or reboot the projects. The red flags were everywhere, yet action wasn't taken soon
How they
enough.
got into this
This is
shit.
the freedom trap in action. Creative freedom is incredible,
Oh,
but it has
man.
to be managed. What Microsoft did was hand out broad freedom across the
Weren't
entire
people mad because she
portfolio.
didn't look pretty
They
enough
scaled
too,
up
that girl?
studios for Game Pass volume without keeping the old portfolio discipline that provided real oversight and course correction.
Today, we're double that size or greater. You know, we're part of a first-party organization. We're part of one of the largest content-producing organizations in the world now, and well on our way to making
huge
State of
studios.
Decay 3 with a much greater level of ambition
just
and support
undead.
behind us.
You can't lock in massive scope, long schedules, and big teams while expecting every game to work, especially when Game Pass makes it much harder to judge real commercial demand. Nobody, not Satya, not Phil, not Sarah, not
Look
the
at him getting them
studio
all
leaders.
pretty.
Nobody.
Sarah
Nobody put
Barb.
on the brakes when the warning signs were obvious. Right now, under Asha Sharma's leadership, Xbox is in the middle of a major reset.
Xbox will keep investing, but we've got work to do. You share
This is
the
a great
numbers.
video, Laura.
We're not in a healthy spot, and so, next 100 days is going to be about resetting the business.
There are strong rumors that several studios,
bet,
including
man,
Double Fine,
I bet
are in
Asha was
serious-
walking into these studios and seeing them with. She probably saw that bar in the party area. She's like, "Nah, this gotta go. What is going on over here?" I bet she saw all this stuff.
negotiations
Like,
and
what are
could
we
be on the
doing here?
chopping block. This is the direct consequence of years of the freedom trap playing out. The bill is finally coming due.
We want to take bigger
Yeah.
creative risks and create genre-defining games without the
Canceled
constant
project.
threat of annihilation.
Razor. I don't even remember this. What the freak was this?
We want to make our own games our own way and not be told what to make and how to make it.
This reset
That's perfect face right there. We don't want to be told what to make. That's a perfect face reaction. These two looking at each other like, Then you got this guy. Then you got this guy like, God damn.
is painful and it's
What
incredibly
happened?
frustrating. A lot of talented people who poured years of their lives into these games are going to lose their jobs and see their teams broken up. It sucks, and it's okay to say that, but the correction was overdue, and it was always going to happen. Pain deferred is pain multiplied.
Hellblade
Damn.
was created with a
Pain
small team of
deferred
just
is
20
pain
people
multiplied.
and
That's a
extremely
banger of a
limited
line right
resources.
there.
Imagine what we can now achieve with our whole team of 100 people.
This
backed
is
by
making me
Microsoft,
sad. This is making me
focused
sad
purely
for them. Like,
on Ninja
this
Theory's
is awful.
vision.
By avoiding the hard calls for years, they turned a manageable correction into something far more severe. Leadership is ultimately a trust but verified business. And they forgot the verify part. They also seemingly forgot that games is still a business, and this party was always going to end. My hope is that new
connect.
leadership under Asha Sharma
dude's
takes a
reaction.
hard look at what went wrong. That they have real postmortems, real changes to how they manage money and people, creative freedom, accountability. And if Xbox can do that, they can come back stronger. They can have healthier studios
That's
and
the
better
hope.
games.
Oh, she's done.
I think we've come to the end of our time. Good night, all.
Laura is the best. I love Laura. I love her. It's so refreshing. I tell her all the time, like, I just love your videos. I love her insight. This is great YouTube. Like, I could watch her all day. Like, I learned so much from this. I learned about freaking Double Fine's studio. And just seeing Phil walk around and stuff, it was a trip to see that now. I think in retrospect, we look at this stuff like, whoa.
At one point, I was running a bunch of studios, and we had just...
And like that guy was saying, yeah, Phil and Matt Booty would come in just like, hey guys, yeah, doing a great job, all right. Yeah, creative freedom. And then marketing or whoever comes in later, yeah, you guys, this ain't it. You're not selling well. It's not doing hot. The Metacritic comes out. All this stuff comes out, and you're like... yeah, this ain't it. This ain't a hit. After your boss was like, yeah, good job. They were just doing like what they were told. You know? Like I imagine, like I think back to my prior jobs, and if my manager was constantly like, yeah, you guys are doing great. You're doing fantastic. You're doing great. Oh, and then like a week later, you're fired. It's like, what? And it's like not your fault because you just followed orders. You followed what she said. You want to be creative, or him, whoever, your boss, do whatever you want to do. Be creative. Write me something. Do this. Show your ideas. And then, you know, that's what we want here. And then you do it. And then next thing you know, you're getting fired because of it. That's crazy. That's like a crazy timeline as an employee. I would be like, wow. But yeah, this one, remember Perfect Dark? That got
problems, slow progress.
Redfall. I always remember when this game came out and all the bugs it had. I think I reacted to some of them on my stream.
Teams that even hoped Microsoft would
'Cause it was
cancel
so bad.
or reboot the projects. The red flags were everywhere, yet action wasn't taken soon enough.
That's the big problem right there. It's like you had all these red flags. As a gamer, we could see the red flags. We would speak on these red flags. We would. If we could see it, how do they not see it internally? How? And then they wait and wait and wait to do something about it. They keep hiring, they keep buying. Oh, well, if we buy this one other thing, maybe that'll do it for us. Call of Duty will bring in money, and then it doesn't bring enough. Okay, now what? Okay, now let's bring back exclusivity, or after we went multiplat, they're just constantly changing, putting band-aids. This is an Xbox. Wait, no. We're not going to do that anymore. Let's do something else. It was chaotic, man. Chaotic. The message wasn't clear. PR would say something. Then the next day it changes. Freaking Phil Spencer, it's only 4 games. And then, no, never mind. It's actually more than that. It was chaotic, man. And that's from the gamer perspective. That's from my view. Imagine inside. Ain't no way there was stability in that dang thing. There ain't no way. They're probably just like, you know what? Let's just start saving our money. Let's get our stocks. We don't know if we're going to be here in a year. I bet you they started having those thoughts. Like they had to. I would be shocked if they didn't. All of these people, they had to be thinking it. They had to. This is their livelihood. Like, what the heck are we talking about? Look at all the faces. Dang, man. Even if you have freedom, it's still a job. Gotta at least try to make something cool that's worth knowing. Yeah, like I'm not saying they're completely I mean, I don't know. I'm not there, you know? But just from my point of view, it's like, damn, they were told to be creative. And yeah, maybe they fumbled. They couldn't do anything. They didn't have good ideas, or who knows? Maybe they got lazy. Because if you're in an environment where you can kind of do what you want and there's no structure at a higher level, then yeah, you're going to feel like, oh, I can get away with this. Shoot, who wouldn't? You come in tired, you're hungover or something. You haven't had your coffee. You're like, I don't feel like working today. I'm just going to chill. I'm sure they had those days. Man, I don't know. You're home now, Melodic? I appreciate everyone hanging out. I'm going to start wrapping up soon. It's 1 o'clock. When did I go live? 2.5 hours ago. My paint is here. Oh, my sister's hitting me up. Are you still interested in seeing Muse? I want to go to a concert. I want to go see Muse. Any Muse fans in the chat? I love Muse. I've seen them once. Yap. Lowest expectations. You know where that's from, right? When I call you that? You guys remember Mad TV? Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up. Hold up. Mad TV, lowered expectations intro.
Lowered expectations.
If you guys want to laugh, go freaking watch Mad TV, man. This was back in the day. It was so funny. And it was like a dating service. Let's watch a little bit.
Are you desirably impaired? Do you find yourself serving punch at parties? Would you describe yourself as shy, old-fashioned, not on anyone's A-list? Is your ideal date someone in their early 20s with a perfect body and a sparkling personality? Well, unless you win the lottery, you're never going to land that dream. But that doesn't mean you can't find somebody. And that's why Lowered Expectations may be for you. Our video library is
Freaking
packed
Deborah
with
Wilson. I
thousands
love
of
her so
chronically rejected
much.
singles,
This is why.
just like you.
Louise, number 342.
Hey, boys. I've been around the track, and I know how to win, place, and show. I like my men like I like my meat, lean and stringy. Now, I may look like...
Well, I don't want to play too much because I don't know if YouTube's going to allow it. But, like, that's funny, man. That's where I get it from, though. So, Lowest Expectations. Every time I read your name, I think of Lowered Expectations because it's freaking hilarious. Like, where are they at? They had like LA or something on the side of one of those, under the freeway or whatever. And it's just funny. I don't know. I grew up on Mad TV, so I think it's funny. BG's live right now? Oh, you playing Marvel Rivals. Oh, we talking Muse. Hold up. Let me catch up what you guys are saying. Muse. Now in every video game ever, Deborah Wilson. She's a good actress, though. I love her. Muse is great, yes. Butterflies and Hurricanes, Knights of Sidonia, Hysteria, My Chemical Romance, and others into... Ew. My Chemical Romance. I never liked them. No, but I could go for a good concert, man. I hit up my sister a while ago. I'm going to text her right now. You down? Because Muse is touring, and we've seen Muse before, me and her. So that's the one band she actually found before me. It was the craziest thing, because usually I'm the one discovering bands, and I'm the one that like shares with her. She's younger than me and stuff. She actually found Muse before me. And I remember listening to the album. I'm like, oh my God. Like, you actually found gold. This was back in like, I don't even know, early 2000s. I was still living at home. So I'm thinking like 2002, 2003. I can't believe that's over 20 years ago. It's crazy. But yeah, I've loved Muse since then. I'm a big Radiohead fan. I was a big Coldplay fan for a while. I don't know about now. They're okay. But I love music from over there. Big time. Muse is great. I saw them when they put out the album with, I think it was Knights of Sidonia. I think that's when they toured, and then I saw them after that, after those hits were coming out. But yeah, I saw them in San Francisco. They're coming back. Like, they're coming back to California. So that's why I was like, we should go. Me and my sister, we went and saw Shakira last year. Listen, that was one of the funnest shows I have ever been to. I danced the whole time. Shakira, she is awesome. I love going to concerts with my sister. So I'm going to see if she wants to hit up Muse. That's a great band. Bucket list. Freaking Radiohead was my bucket list, but I could never get there. I could never get to see Radiohead. And Linkin Park was another one. That was my bucket list. I still give my mom a hard time about that, because when they came to Bakersfield, I wanted to borrow my mom's car. I was young. I was probably, I don't even know. But I could drive, but I was too young to rent a car. And I asked my mom, can we borrow your car to go to Bakersfield to go see Linkin Park? No, you're not going to take my car. I still give her a hard time about that. Like, I could have seen Linkin Park, Mom. It's all your fault. I think me and my sister actually tried to rent a car. I was maybe, I don't even know what age I was, but I couldn't rent the car. So we were stuck. We couldn't go. So yeah, I never got to see Linkin Park or and I haven't seen Radiohead yet. Those were like my two that I've always wanted to see. Everything else that I wanted to see, I pretty much saw. I just want to see Shakira hips, that's all. Listen, J-Got. Listen, man. I'm going to end my stream soon, but I promise you I am straight, but Shakira, I will switch in a heartbeat. I will switch in a heartbeat. Shakira is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So I was a big fan of some of her songs, and then we went to go see her. Some of the songs, I didn't know what the heck she was saying. I didn't care. I was dancing. I had my, what was I drinking? I think it was a Modelo. $20 can. That was just with my Modelo, having a blast. What's up, Tyven? I blame my mom for not being able to see Van Halen. Listen, those parents get in the way sometimes, man. I remember when I was in high school, I wanted to see No Doubt and Bush. I'm talking, this is peak alternative scene. This is when Gwen and Gavin were dating, and they toured together. They came to my city and my mom said no. And I knew as a teenager, when I get older, I'm going to every concert I could get my hands on. I was so mad. I was so mad at my mom because she wouldn't let me go. My dad even offered to take me, and she said, no. Mom, I forgive you. But man, at the time, I was just like so distraught. I loved Bush. I loved No Doubt. Gwen Stefani, you're not going to let me see them? No Doubt will never come back. Then they're in Vegas right now at the Sphere. They're doing a what's it called? What's the word? Anyways, they're in Vegas. But yeah, them parents sometimes. And then later on, my dad ended up taking me to my first concert. I saw Pearl Jam. I saw, it was like a festival. I saw Green Day. It was an acoustic festival at Bridge School. If you guys ever heard of Bridge School, it was awesome because all these bands would come together and do acoustic shows. Green Day was there, Pearl Jam. At one point, Incubus was there. I've seen a few of those shows. I'm still in California, yeah. And that's what got me going. So I went to that show, and then after that, the rest is history. I got to go to more shows. Once I got my own money, I was like, Mom, take that. I'm going to all these shows. You ain't gonna do nothing about it. My version of being rebellious. This is dumb. But like, yeah, that's how I was. I spent so much money on concerts and CDs and vinyl. And like, that's why, you want to be strict with your kids. You want to be strict, but sometimes you got to let them do things because then they might get like resentful. Like, well, okay, I'm going to go crazy then when I get older. All my money went to music, dude. If I was smarter, I would have saved more money, but I was like, no, I'm going every Tuesday, I'm going to the store. I'm getting new CDs. I'm getting, I'm going to fix up the stereo in my car. I had that thing bumping, man. I had nice, I had it was all about music because like I was so repressed from seeing bands and stuff. So when I got older, I went to everything. I seen, like, if you name a band, a rock band, it's likely I've seen them. If they're from the early 2000s, I probably saw them. Slipknot, Disturbed, Metallica, Deftones, 9 Inch Nails. Like, I seen everything. I have a list, man. Do you watch Hip Hop Gamer the best? Hip Hop Gamer? I know Hip Hop Gamer. I've met him before. I don't really watch him, though. I thought Green Day was a British band. Huh? Yeah, I was there at the acoustic set. It might have was it the whole band or was it just Billy? But I was there. I saw them in 99. No, I didn't see Sum 41. See, I didn't do the emo. I didn't go that route. I'm talking like hard rock. Korn. Gosh, who else? I'm trying to think. I did see like Jimmy Eat World and like Green Day, Blink-182, some like alternative punk bands, Offspring. I've seen Offspring. I've seen a lot of bands. Seether. Who else? I've seen a lot of bands. Pearl Jam, I've seen 10 times. I had to hit 10. That was like not emo, but like pop punk. I was very picky on that. But I never saw like Chemical Romance or like stuff like that. I didn't see those bands. But if it was like hard rock or alternative, I've seen a lot. Offspring's pretty good. I saw them in like a small club with my then boyfriend. It's funny because I wanted to see the band, right? But he was this guy, listen, he was very handsy and he just wanted a lot of attention. I ended up getting very annoyed with him. Like, let me watch the band, dude, get off of me. That didn't last. That didn't last. Like, get that freak off. I'm trying to see this band right now. I'm trying to be all nice. 311 is one I did not see. I wanted to see 311. So yeah, that's the one. That's the one of the few I did not see. unfortunately. 311, I love 311. Anyways, remember like Queens of the Stone Age? I saw them. I saw System of a Down. Korn, I saw like 3 times. Breaking Benjamin. I've seen them recently too. I've seen a lot. Sex Pistols? They're still going? Dude, Sex Pistols still touring? It figures that Erica's stream ends with music talk, man. I love talking music. Slipknot cassette tapes in high school. I was kind of afraid of the Slipknot cover of their self-titled or whatever because it had a Ouija board on it. This ex-boyfriend of mine had the CD and he let me borrow it. And I was scared to have that in my house because you guys have to understand, I grew up in like a religious kind of background with my mom, like very strict about certain things. Music was one of them. So when I would see like a Ouija board or like something that was like demonic or something, it would scare me a little bit. So I was scared to have that CD in the house, and I listened to it and stuff, and then I gave it back pretty quickly because I was like, yeah, I don't want this in my house because my mom's going to find this. Just take it. But I loved Slipknot. I was a big fan. Metallica was the first band I ever loved. So I've loved Metallica for, gosh, since I even remember. It's like certain bands I've just liked for a long, long time. Breaking Benjamin, I've seen 4 times. You know what it is about Breaking Benjamin? Like they have their own shows, but for a long time, they were, they would tour with the bands and be the opener. So anytime I went to see Korn or Disturbed and like other bands, they were always opening. Like, oh, Breaking Benjamin's opening. Okay, cool. We'll see them too. They weren't like the main act I went for, but they were there. So I've seen Breaking Benjamin like 3 or 4 times now. They would always be like an opener for Korn or somebody. So they were kind of known as that. Now they're doing their own thing. They're doing their own, like, they're headlining and stuff like that. I saw them with, what are they called? I can't think of who sings I Hate Everything About You. I can't think right now. But they opened for Breaking Benjamin. And they were pretty good, man. What are they called? Melodic? Help me out. Mom brain. I can't think. I hate everything about you. We saw them in October. 3 Days Grace. Thank you. They were actually really good. I did not expect to like them as much as I did because I only really knew them for that song and like another song. But they were actually really entertaining. And then Breaking Benjamin did their thing after. So yeah, we saw them in October, the last year. Read your chat. I am full. I remember Metallica before the Black album existed. Listen, there's Luna. First song I ever heard from Metallica was Battery. Battery. And I was in love. I was very young, but man, the way that song starts, it just really, Let's Start a Riot. That was a good one. They were good. I was actually very impressed. I was very impressed with 3 Days Grace. I did not think I was going to like them. I really didn't think I was going to like it. But they put on a show, and they had 2 singers, right? But it didn't start that way, and they were kind of giving their whole story and like their history and how the singer left and then now he's back, and like now they're singing together, and they just work really well. Like I thought they did a good job. But man, I could go for another show. When I was there for Shakira and having all kinds of fun, I was telling myself, I need to go to more shows again. Because I did that for all through my 20s. And now I'm a mom now, so obviously I can't do it all the time. But I need to like treat myself and go to some shows again. I felt great out there just dancing and like being with my sister and just having like a girls' night. And she really needed that because like she was just like looking for like a way to just like let loose. And I was kind of there with her to like let loose with her. It was so fun. So now I'm like, man, I need to do that more. We need to treat ourselves. Audible, Don't listen to this. I need to treat myself. Audible. This man don't like to hear about when I'm like eating really good. I was in Hawaii, right? Like, he's just like, oh yeah, you're in Hawaii. Must be nice. And now I'm gonna be talking about, yeah, I could go for a concert. I could treat myself again. Like, I deserve it, right? I'm working hard. Audible, I'm working hard. Come on. The steam machine is a scam. You guys, I don't know how I'm still drinking this cold ass coffee, but I need my caffeine. I need to make another one. Fly to Cal. Listen, one of these days, Melodic, when Caden's older and I get more like free time, I want to have a meetup with like the homies. Not like a general, hey, you guys, let's all meet at this place to like just whoever. I mean like the homies. The ones I've known for a long time. Audible. Yes, you too. T-Rock, Eric, Shar, of course. I want to meet Shar. I want to meet you guys. And like one day we just hang out. Maybe, I don't know about a concert, but something. Maybe we can meet in Vegas. I think we've kind of agreed that like Vegas is probably a good spot. I want to book a show. Book a show. Hey, listen, Melodic, you book a show in California, I'll really try and go. That would be awesome to like watch you perform. I'll take Caden and everything. Seriously, like one of these days, I think we'll do something. I just don't know when. I'm just thinking when he's a little bit older and I'll be able to either like leave him somewhere because he ain't about being babysat right now. He don't want to stay with the grandparents. He wants mommy all the time. So like I'm trying to wean him off a little bit. He'll get into school, he'll get older, and then he'll be more okay with like maybe having a babysitter for a long time. But for right now, like he's too young. Yeah, Vegas is expensive. Yeah, let's go to E3. Let's go to Summer Games Fest or like the awards show or something like that. That's always an idea too. Or we can go to like a concert for like gaming, like maybe like a Persona or something like that. Like maybe there's a show and we all go and we check out the music, we hang out. Like I think that would be fun. You know? My kids will be both adults soon. I know, T-Rock, that's crazy. Like, how does that feel? I'm already sad. Caden is like, this is his last summer as a toddler. I'm already sad about that because I love him at this age. He's goofy. He's funny. He wants to be with us all the time. Yes, it's tiring at times, but I know I'm going to miss it one day. I'm going to miss it. So I'm trying to just like, even though I'm tired as heck, I'm trying to embrace it as like, this ain't forever. This kid loves me so dang much, and it's exhausting at times, but this is everything. I need to like love this. My sister went through the same thing in deciding about a sitter. Yeah, and my parents are getting up there. You know, they're getting older. My mother-in-law's older, so you know he does well with them, but I want him to be a little bit older just in case like he needs to, you know, get help or something, you know? What's going on, Math? How are you? I'm almost going to end this stream. I keep saying that. Let's end at 1:30, yeah? What do you guys want to talk about? We talked about music. We talked about Xbox. What else? What else do you guys want to talk about? I'm still looking at the studio for Double Fine. Like, damn, they upgraded that thing. They had a party room. They had a bar. Phil Spencer going in there. Like, yeah, man, this is chill. This is cool. Uno más. Oh, by the way, we are supposed to get together to do a Gears discussion. It'll be me, Audible, Eric, and T-Rock. Possibly Autumn, if she's available. And we're going to discuss just how we're feeling with what's going on with Gears. I want like a focused discussion. That will happen soon, I think. Double X is putting ducks in the chat. What are we ducking? Audible says the thing probably broke down covered it by ants now? Or ants by now? What thing? Oh, you mean the studio? You know what? You'll miss every stage. I do love they're getting older. We get to do different things. Yeah, like sometimes my algorithm has stuff for moms and, parents, and I forget exactly how it's worded, but it's all sad music and stuff, and it's like, yeah, when you're going to miss them at this stage, but then you enter the next stage and you're learning, you're like, you love this part of them too. Like you love this next stage, but you never get to keep any of them. And it was like sad, but it was true. Like you don't keep them as a newborn. You don't keep them as a baby and then a toddler and then a kid and then a teenager. Like they're going to go through all those phases and you're going to like everyone individually and you're going to be like learning new things, but you never get to keep any of them. And then before you know it, they're like leaving on their own, which is crazy. And then there's another quote, Luna, there's another quote. Oh, I lost my train of thought. Luna, god damn it. What was another quote? I can't think right now. It'll come to me, maybe. What's going on, Street Beat? Will you be playing Dusk Bloods? Maybe. I do have a Switch 2. So it's likely, especially if I get to like cover it. So if you guys see me like on IGN or something covering it, then yeah, that's why. That's the main reason I probably dove in. This cat really made me lose my train of thought. We were talking about kids, right? In quotes. Freak, dude. I can't remember it. Ocarina of Time. Yes, I will be doing Ocarina of Time. I will be hopefully covering that. I have a few requests in line for me to cover things for IGN, so you guys should see me at some point. What's up, Feet? Feet on Lands. Dusk Blood's best game, yo. Mina is better, though. This man's Street Beat. I ain't got time for that game. Okay, I'm gonna let you out right now. We'll just go ahead and end the stream. This cat gotta go out. Zelda Grandma isn't getting great blood results back, so yeah, hopefully that'll at least give her something of a distraction at least. Like sometimes gaming, it could be the best distraction. If you got things going on in your life, health issues or anything, if you're capable of like just putting on a game and you can play, dude, it helps a lot. So yeah, that could happen. Who wouldn't be distracted and escaping with Ocarina of Time remake? I can't wait for that to come out. But I'm hoping to do some coverage for that. Phantom Blade Zero, Gears, of course, Wolverine, GTA is another big one. You guys, imagine me, you guys see me on a video for GTA. That's gonna be crazy. Erdtree, yeah, I started very early today, you guys. I'm hoping to do more of this through the summer because it is hot. It is hot over here. So I hate to be streaming at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon because that's the hottest time of the day. I'd rather be in the pool. Like today, I'm gonna swim and I'm gonna paint my kitchen. That's my ideal perfect day. I'm gonna go paint right now. And then I'm gonna go jump in the pool from being all sweaty. I'm gonna jump in the pool. So that's what I'd rather do through the summer. I'd rather stream in the morning. And then I could have the rest of the day free. I could chill. I don't have to be so dang hot in this room. And then, So tomorrow, I'll remind you guys, I'm going to be here tomorrow morning with Shar. We're going to be streaming Strangers of Paradise. We were supposed to play that today, but we both agreed, let's push it to tomorrow. Let's do a coffee stream and play. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow. So with that said, I should go ahead and end this stream because I'm talking up a storm. When you starting your Battlefield practice? I thought we started already. I was trash the other night. Oh, man. I need to get better at Battlefield. Oh, look at this cat. Look at her. Luna. What's up? What you want? You hungry? That's Luna, in case you guys don't know. She's getting older, man. This cat, I was doing the math. I think this cat's like 14 now. She don't look it, but she's old. We got her in 2020. They told us she was 8 years old. 8 plus 6. I'm like, you're 14? The freak? So yeah, she's supposed to be 14 years old right now. Luna. Works every time. So yeah, she's in here chilling. You chilling? What do you want? She's like, end your stream. Look, end your stream, fool. I'm hungry. I want to go out the door. Luna. What do you want? You want food? Huh? All right, well, I'll get out of here then. Fine, I'll end the stream. What's up, Crow? I'm actually ending my stream, Crow. I don't know what Street Beat's talking about. I'm not going to repeat that. You're both adorable. This is my girl right here. I love Luna. She's getting older, though. She's getting older. You guys remember Dinah? Who remembers Dinah? Dinah was the OG. Do you guys remember Dinah? Poor Dinah. She lived till she was 16. I think going on 17. She lived a long time. That poor cat. She got really, oh gosh, dementia? She had dementia. I think she had like cat dementia, and she was constantly meowing at random things. Poor Dinah. She went through it. She got too old. We had to put her down. But she lived a long time, man. But that was my girl. That was the OG. She stayed here long enough to meet Caden, and then a couple months later we had to put her down. Poor thing. And then Luna was our second cat. Look at that profile though. Luna. That profile. So she was our second cat that we had with Dinah. And then now we have an outdoor cat named Bricky. My son named her Bricky. I was like, what do you want to name this cat? He looks around. He looks at some bricks. Bricky. So we have an outdoor cat named Bricky. She's all gray, beautiful cat. But I don't let her in because this girl doesn't like other cats. They will fight. They've already fought like 3 times already because Bricky has run in the house and they've had scuffles. So I can't bring her in. I dislike our outdoor animals with a passion, really? They just need to be trained. Like Bricky, she needs training because she wants to eat human food. That's another reason I won't let her in. But she's a cute cat. She befriended my son and like stuck around. I started feeding her. I took her to get fixed. So she's ours now. She's fixed. She's good. And that's our outdoor cat now. Eugenics cat fight. That's a YouTuber name. Who? My dog lived until 18. That's a long time. I had dogs when I was younger, but not as an adult. I'm not in, maybe when my son's older, maybe we'll get a dog, but I'm just not much of a dog person anymore. Oh, Bricky is a YouTuber name? Really? Who is Bricky? Hold on, let me see. What kind of content do they do? Oh, they do gaming. What are the odds of that? They do, yeah, this guy's name, look. Can you guys, let me see if you can see this or not. This is Bricky.
This is Commander Shepard with a priority message for Bricky. Bricky, happy 31st birthday, and thank you for your service to the Alliance. Your community asked me
So he got this sent to him, I guess?
to ask you, where is the Mass Effect video at? I should go.
Bricky.
Aim well. Throw
So
grenades.
this is Bricky.
I fucking love Battle LA.
Whoa. Already the F-bomb? God dang, Bricky, chill. I can't even show you to my son now. Because I was going to say, oh, I should show this to my son. Look, his name is Bricky. Out here throwing F-bombs. I'll forget it. What? Okay, so we do have a Bricky. He's got 1 million subs.
Hoorah, direct combat. Tech leans more on disruption, overloading enemy.
There's been times I've thought of doing content like this where it's like green screened and I'm just standing and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm talking about this, but that's a lot of work. Look at the hair on his mic and everything. I want to steal my friend's dog. Sir, get a golden doodle. They're the best dogs ever. I love dogs that are super chill. Like if we get a dog, I want to get an older dog. Because growing up, I had some dogs that were like super chill and like they would just sit with me. They didn't lick all the time. I don't like when dogs lick constantly. You guys ever go somewhere and you're like meeting their dog and they're just licking your legs and like licking you like crazy? Don't do that. I don't like dogs that do that. The licking is too much. I don't like that. I want a dog that just sits there and we chill and we just look out at the distance together. That's the dog I want. Chill, old dog. That's what I want. So if we ever get a dog, I'll probably adopt like an older dog. Puppies and they bite and they're learning boundaries and how hard they could bite. They lick you like crazy. I'm good. I love that. They're cute. I guess I'm just not that much of a dog person. I like dogs. Don't get me wrong. I do. But I just like the older, chill dogs. I don't want them jumping on me or jumping on my son because there I am. Oh, I got to calm the dog down. Just chill. Just sit there and let us pet you. That's all I want. I want a dog that behaves like a cat. I want a dog that sits there and just lets me pet him, and that's it. That's how they show affection. I know. It's like, I get it. I understand. I still don't want them licking me like crazy, though. Dog be trash after getting a cat. That's another thing, too. They got to play nice with the cats. So if I ever choose a dog, it's got to be, like, the best choice. And then we got to train it and stuff. It's like, it's more work. Cats, they just go in their litter box, they go to the bathroom, they clean themselves. They're easier to maintain. Dogs, like you got to give them a bath, you got to walk them, you got to clean up their poop. It's more work. Once my son is older, though, I would be like, hey, you really want a dog? Then you're going to take care of it. He'll learn that way. So why we're all talking about dogs here? There's 30 people here, dude. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. But yeah, one of these days, maybe we'll get a dog. One of these days. Shout out to Bricky. Never heard of this YouTuber before, but I guess their name is Bricky. I regret buying this Dreamcast guy. What are we doing here? Dreamcast guy, you got the Steam machine? Oh, we out in the stream. What? You got the Steam machine?
Hey there, gamers, Dreamcast guy here. Today we're going to talk about the Steam machine because I bought one for $1,000.
No way, dude. What?
$500, and I deeply regret it. This thing feels like a scam. So if this video seems extra mean-spirited, it's because honestly, I'm incredibly frustrated.
Oh, this ain't gonna go over well. This thing sucks next week. Why I love the Steam machine. Really? Like you had to buy it to find out it's trash or it's a scam? You had to hold it in your hands to know? Listen, come on, dude. He's like, this would make a great video. He did hit 250K, by the way. I did congratulate him. I was like, oh, that's a lot of subs, man. Can you imagine? I can't even imagine 50K, let alone 250. That's crazy. So I told him, yeah, congrats. Me and Dreamcast guy have always been cool. I got no issues with Dreamcast guy. But come on, man. What are we doing here?
I've now been playing this thing,
even end my
and
stream.
it just sucks in every single way I thought it was going to be. The performance of games is abysmally bad. There are games that don't even boot up. There are a lot of games that literally do not even work on this thing. I tried to boot up Elden Ring. It took 7 minutes for Elden Ring to start.
Why?
7 minutes from the time at which it's like pressing boot up Elden Ring until the game actually began. I truly do not understand why this has such weird load times. Just in general, I bought the Steam machine because I wanted something that feels closer to a console style experience. Let's face it, right now Xbox completely dead. PlayStation has entirely given up. I wanted to see Valve's attempt to re-enter the hardware market because
But we knew, okay, has he heard of the red line of death? This thing has been having, he bought it for content. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's for content. It's for content. It's like, hey, that's his hustle. This is his, he does this for a living. So it's like, okay, I get it.
Let's face it, I completely loved the Steam Deck. I thought, hey, something.
But we all could have told you, like, don't buy this thing. It's a scam. Like, we all kind of knew already. It's like you had to buy it to prove, like just the way it's worded. I had to, with Xbox dead and PlayStation messing up and whatever else, I wanted to get something that's going to compete. And like you do, it's not doing so hot, right? They've already did, like IGN did performance tests. Other places have done tests. They test it against a PS5, and the PS5 is winning on stuff. Like, it has better frame rates.
Times more powerful than the PS5. Steam Deck. Maybe that'd be an interesting experiment. Turns out, wrong, incorrect buzzer. This thing sucks. But let me explain why. Hi.
Oh, but let me explain why. We don't need to know why. That thing, come on. Dreamcast guy, come on, man. Come on. I'll end the stream with that, dude. What the heck is going on? I hate Player Essence now. He's so anti-Valve. What's crazy about Player Essence that I learned, me and him went to the same college. We went to the same college. I guess he grew up around me or something.
If you could, please give this video
I don't
a
really
like
watch him, though.
And subscribe
too much.
if you haven't already.
He's also a Niner fan. Just kidding. But yeah, I know about Player Essence. I've watched him before, but I don't really follow him. But yeah, I learned that he went to the same college I went to, so that was pretty cool. I know Chiric's busy because he would have said the same. Because he would have said something above this. He had the Steam. Yeah, he had the Steam Deck.
Let's start with what the Steam
you should
Machine
just stay
actually
with the
is
Steam
and why
Deck.
it feels like people are so, confused by it, right? So this is straight up a micro PC.
It's like a car wreck. You don't want to look,
it's
but
not
you can't help but
itemizable.
look.
It's not like a typical PC. Typically with PCs, you can buy them part by part. I'm going to upgrade the RAM or expand the hard drive or expand the graphics. This is a pre-built. But when it comes to form factor,
I didn't know that. Oh, geez, I didn't know that.
it is incredibly tiny. This thing is surprisingly heavy, but the Steam Machine is, the most impressive piece about it is the fact that it is incredibly well built. This thing is heavy, it feels like a brick, and the cooling is fantastic. But because it is so teeny tiny, since it is like this kind of custom built, it's capped. The graphics, this is as good as they're ever going to be. So this trying to be it, clearly the idea behind this when they originally constructed it was something to compete against the PlayStation. But this...
Yeah, Portal, it is sound. I don't know if I don't know if that's like scalpers getting them or what's going on. Try growing a YouTube channel is hard. Yeah. I'm not here to hate on hustles and stuff like that. Sometimes it could be a little sensationalized and I get the hustle. I get what people are doing. And if they make money off of it, hey man, they're going to keep doing it. So I just kind of, I see it that way. I was always kind of stubborn against that. Not to say I'm all high and mighty, but just as a personal view on this, when it came to my YouTube, I wanted to do what I wanted to do. There were times I'd be I could make that video. It probably would get views, but I don't really feel that way, so I'm not going to do it. So I'm stubborn to it sometimes because I want to be the one that's no, I want to do gaming and what I want to do, and I want to succeed doing what I'm doing. So it's for better or for worse. Sometimes it paid off. Sometimes I got really crappy views, but I still was okay, well, that's an Erica video though. It's it's what I wanted to do and move on, right? You just have to move on. So I always try to find the line of what I want to do, but also what people might want to watch. And let's figure it out. But there are YouTubers who are they have to get views because this is
being more
job,
expensive
right?
than a PlayStation 5 Pro, almost double the price of a PlayStation 5 Pro. This is very, very hard to sell, right?
He said he spent $1,500. He must have got the one with the controller, the 2 terabyte. Is that what he got? Oh my gosh. That's why I've been saying on my videos lately, listen, if you already have your PlayStation, you have an X or your PC, your Steam Deck, just stay there. There's no reason to buy this thing. When they first announced it, I thought, great, I would like to get that thing. But then once the prices and everything went crazy, I was like, there's no way. It's not going to happen. Valve main competitor is Windows. Steam Machine was never competing against the consoles at all. My channel is more dead than Dreamcast guy thinks Xbox. Lowest expectation. Hey, you're keeping your lowest expectations, you know? It's cool. YouTube is, it can be very frustrating. Trust me, I've been there. I will probably be there tomorrow. It's an up and down thing. There's times I'm really frustrated with it. But lately, honestly, I've been having a lot of fun with my channel. Because I kind of let go of the view counts. And like, it's nice to get views. I want them. Trust me, I'm not lying. I want them. But at the same time, I guess I'm not as like focused on it. I just want to have fun. So that's why I'm kind of like just streaming more and doing my news video. I wanted to get better on camera. So that's kind of my way to like get better on camera and be more comfortable in front of the camera. Because I used to not be comfortable. I used to really not be comfortable in front of the camera. Streaming, I was fine. Like this was easier. But when I was actually like this and like, hey guys, I'm going to talk about this topic. Not my thing. I just wasn't really comfortable doing that. But now that I'm doing my news videos and I'm on camera, I'm getting more comfortable with it. So I feel like I'm having more fun. I'm more confident. I don't really care how I look anymore. I used to care more about how I look. And I think that just comes with age. Like the older you get, you kind of just care less. And maybe now because I'm a mom and I'm just like, whatever. What does it matter what I look like? You know, as long as I'm having fun and you guys are having fun and we're discussing things and I'm being interested in what I'm talking about, I'm fine. Like I don't mind views being a little bit low. But again, I'm not trying to crap on people who aren't doing that. I'm just saying that's my perspective.
I think it's the 2 terabyte edition, and it did not even come with a controller.
Say that again.
Like this is very, very hard to PlayStation 5
Come
Pro,
again?
almost double the price of a PlayStation 5 Pro. Like this is very, very hard to sell, right? This thing is the 2 terabyte edition, and it did not even come with a controller.
You spent $1,500 on the 2 terabyte and no controller. That's crazy. I still care about how I look. I mean, don't get me wrong. I care to an extent. Obviously, I don't want to come on here like in my pajamas, and I still put on makeup and stuff like that. But like I'm not as self-conscious, I guess. Trust me, this is a win because like I used to be more self-conscious when I was younger. So I'm more like I'm just happy that I'm like less self-conscious now. It's supposed to be 700 to 800, but yeah, Jay got that was what it was like assumed to be. I remember speculations and stuff were like, oh, it's probably gonna be like 800. And then once the console started going up and the RAM and all that started getting crazy, it's like, yeah, this ain't no 800. It's gonna be like 1,000. So yeah, I just got out of control. You're killing me, Erica. No simp, but you're a goddess. You don't have to say the no simp part. Thank you. You don't gotta say that about Dreamcast guy. Shout out to Dreamcast guy. Let me repeat this. I'm not like, I know he's in the background when we're talking about YouTube and like how I kind of try and push against doing anything for views. I'm not trying to like pin it on him like he's doing that. This is for content though. Like people do certain different things to make content, and this is his avenue to do that. And it's like, that's his thing. But for me, I just, I would not go buy a Steam machine to do this review. Like I can't imagine. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. Anyways, I'm not going to play the whole video, but shout out to Dreamcast guy. I just couldn't believe I saw that thumbnail. Like he bought it. There's also a gameplay for Dawn Walker. I guess I'm never going to get out of here. I was thinking to go through gaming stuff, but we said enough today, you guys. We said enough. Destin has a new video. I mean, they're like, people are making videos nonstop. Like it's a dang hustle. Like everybody's trying to make it out here. And like, I will never deny that YouTube is hard. It is hard. Trust me, it is hard because there's so many people doing it. You got to figure out how to be different, but also be yourself. If you have that side of you that you want to be yourself, obviously, which is what I have. I want to be just Erica. I don't want to be putting on a front or like a persona. That's too much effort. That's too much energy that I don't have. All I could be is this person. So I'm just Erica, but you got to figure out how to like, how did I used to word it? Like you have to find the parts of you that maybe are quiet and just make them a little bit more like, give it some oomph. YouTube freak off. Because I think I'm funny at times. So I have to kind of be like, okay, well, how can I bring my sense of humor to you guys and like express it in a natural way? And like, it takes time to like get there. And I kind of feel like I got there. If that makes sense. Like I kind of feel like I'm less worried about how I look, less worried about how I talk, less worried about how it comes across. Like if I'm just true to myself, it's gonna come across fine. Erica, you're fine. Just say it. Just do what you're doing. Like just say it. You're thinking about it in your head, let it out, you know? So I'm just kind of in that zone where I'm like, okay, I think I'm there. So I'm very like energized again about YouTube and stuff. I feel like I found my flow and like now let's see what happens. I know, Erica, you said something like you want to be the 110% of your personality before. Yeah, like you want to just make it louder, not screaming, like not literally louder, but just louder in the sense like people can feel it, that passion, the way your voice, the cadence of your voice, the things you say, the jokes you say, the way you say things. I have certain sayings that other people don't say. So just be yourself, just say it. Anyways, that's mine. How many subs I got? That's my advice as somebody with 21.8K subs, which I think is a lot. I know for other people, they don't think that's a lot, but for me, that's a lot, I really grew, and it's crazy. I do work at IGN. It's like, what the freak? Like, it takes years, man. It takes years. So even though I know I struggled at times with YouTube and I sometimes wanted to quit, there were many times I was like, F this, man. I'm done. I would be like frustrated at times because I would work so hard and I would edit for hours and it would get like 300 views or 200 views. And I'd be like, dude, that was defeat, man. I would be so defeated and sad and like, man, I wasted my time. I would think like that, like I wasted my time. I'm frustrated. I could have been doing something else. You have those thoughts, you have those thoughts. But now I look at all of that like it was worth it. Not making money, not getting the views, not getting, you know what I mean? Like the struggles I felt within those years, up and down, roller coaster, but it led to something, it was worth it. So that's my advice is like, man, if you love doing it, do it. It's fun. Make sure you're just having fun. But if you start chasing views and you start like trying to see like, well, how come they're getting views and what can I do to like be that successful? You just have to like let that go. Just let it go. Just do your own thing. Have fun. You'll be all right. I guess. That IGN ball and chain though. Listen, man. Pretty soon, more to come. You follow yes, Almighty 360. Shout out to him, man. He was one of the main guys who got me into YouTube. Very fitting that you caught that. You caught that, see? You caught that. This was one of the guys I used to follow. Well, I still do. But I used to watch religiously because he would put up these Gears of War matches with voice chat. It was awesome. And they were competitive. They were toxic. They would talk shit. He was cocky as heck. But I would follow this guy and I would see how he plays and how he does his content. And that motivated me. Like, I want to capture this stuff. I want to capture these moments of like all the crap talking, the toxicity, the teabagging, the funny moments. This guy, Gold Glove, Zappa, Cookie Monster, those were the guys I was watching playing Gears, and it made me want to get into like recording Gears of War. Literally, my YouTube channel was created because of Gears of War. People don't know how much Gears means to me. Like, they really don't know. They really don't know. I'm in one. Oh, you're in one of the videos? Really? King Zappa. Me and Zappa, we used to do videos together. We used to run tournaments together. I used to recruit. Listen, the lore goes deep. If you know King Zappa, he used to organize tournaments and he would have me in charge of recruiting the teams for the tournaments. And then we would both commentate the tournament. This was when I was quiet as heck, still didn't really have my voice yet. I was not as animated as I am now. I was shy. I was like, but he gave me a chance, and we would talk about Gears and commentate and stuff. It was like, I was like involved. People probably don't know that about me, but I was like, really, we out here, man. Shout out to Zappo. I don't talk to him anymore. I don't even know if he's making content anymore. I really don't know. But he was a very pivotal, I would say a pivotal YouTuber in like my journey. I later saw him kind of making fun of my channel. That was a whole thing. I felt a little bit hurt by that. This was back in the day. Listen, man. Can't trust people sometimes. You think they're your friend, and then you're like, wait a minute, why are you talking shit? He was talking shit on my channel. Shout out to Zappa. I ain't gonna forget that. So I would always get these like little chips on my shoulder, like, okay, you talking shit? Okay, I'm gonna like prove you wrong. And it was always a dude, you know, and I was like the one girl surrounded by dudes because it's such a dude hobby and it's such a dude place to be. And as a woman, you know, it was interesting. Like I had that, like, how am I gonna stand out without my boobs out? You know, how am I gonna stand out with this sea of men? You know what I mean? So like it was a weird journey, man. One of these days, I think we gotta go full out on my lore. I gotta just do a whole video or something like that. Like the Era Cuts for the Win lore and how far back it goes and who I talked to and like the content I made with other people, who I was like, which communities I was in, and it all led to now. It's a trip. Who's reacting to Gears of War E-Day? Oh, Zappa? You were shy before PSP? Yeah, in a way. Yeah, I was, I don't know if shy is the right word. I know I use that word, but I was just a little more reserved. I didn't joke as much. I was very like traditional. Oh, I want to do commentaries and like be like these other YouTubers, but I just didn't, it took a while for me to really find comfort, like my comfort in it, I guess. When I watch my old videos, I cringe because I'm just like, who is this nerd? But Almighty, dude, Almighty was great, man. I loved this guy. Everything was in capitals. Every title was in capitals. Everything this dude did was in capitals. But I used to watch this guy religiously. Him, Zappa, like I said. Full out, huh? Yeah, like it'd be crazy if Almighty 360 went back for Gears E-Day. I would be happy. He hasn't made videos in a hot minute. 9 years ago? I think he streamed 6 years ago. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he hasn't really, I think he could have blew up in the Gears scene if he kept like really going, but I also watch Avexi's. To me, that he is the ultimate Gears of War player. He is the best. Where's he at? I have a lot of ASMR. Don't judge me. Avexi's. This dude. You want to see somebody cracked out on Gears? This is the guy. Red Icy is good too. Red Icy. These guys are insane at Gears of War. Like, I don't think I could even get one kill on these guys. That's how good they are. So yeah, I follow a lot of gear stuff. Look at all this ASMR I got. ASMR bakery. Anyways, yeah, I go way back with like the Gears of War stuff. The PMS clan tried to recruit me at one point. Shout out to them. I remember they hit me up through like, I don't even know what it was from. Maybe through YouTube or early Twitter. I don't know. But I remember PMS was like, hey, you want to join our clan? And I was like, no, I'm good. All shy. I'm good. But yeah, I was all about Gears, man. Gold Glove. I loved Gold Glove. I loved how he recorded his Gears content. I was big into Gears. Ambrose. Or what about Iceman and Like Butter? You guys remember them? Like Butter and Iceman. I know all the Gears guys. Like I used to follow all of them. And then on the side of them, I followed Miss 5000 Watts. So that was like my group of content creators that motivated me. Like I want to be like Miss 5000 Watts in the way she delivers her commentary. She's so like cool, and she's a girl that's really good at games. Like that was really cool. And then I had all these Gears dudes that I followed, and like I was all about it. Like I go back. You're in the trenches. I love talking Gears. It takes me back. Like Gears is so pivotal for me. Let me see, Fallout, Bloomberg. While big multiplayer games will still be available on my... yeah, that's the quote. Even though big multiplayer games will be multi-plat, we're going to make Gears exclusive. That doesn't make any sense. We're getting old, LOL. Watts is an OG. Miss 5000 Watts is a huge OG. I love her. And she's still moving, man. Miss 5000 Watts. She's still doing her thing. She was probably live today. Maybe. 310K? Sheesh. Yeah, she's an OG, man. I followed her for years. For years. She streams every day. Or almost every day. Maybe she's streaming tonight. She's gorgeous. She has the best hair ever. I'm jealous of the hair. But I love her. I've been following her a long, long time. And we're friends. Like we've talked. We've been on podcasts together and stuff like that. Like I should hit her up more often. Like, hey, you help a small YouTuber out? No, but like I should just play a game with her. You know, I should just hit her up. She told me I was the reason she got into Neo. That was like the biggest compliment I ever got. Yeah, we know Melodic. We know Melodic. You love Miss 5000 Watts. We know. She's great though. I love her. See, these are the YouTubers like that I aspired to be like, but in my own way. Like I saw the way they were just like unapologetically themselves and like comfortable in their own skin and like on camera and just being funny and being charismatic but like different, you know, like that's what I love to watch. Like people who are just naturally funny and comfort food in a sense, like chill but also knowledgeable and not console warring or anything like that. Like just normal gamers. Like I'm more attracted to that, you know? I'm more into that. So I'm hoping like I could be added to that list. Like I always wanted to be that. I want people to look at me like that. Erica's the ASMR queen. Miss 5000 is upbeat, nerdy. Yeah, I guess my voice is different, I guess. She does a stream with you. I'm going to be too nervous to hop in the chat. Melodic. This man Melodic's going to be like, I'm going to say hi, but I hope she sees me. Notice me. Hi, Miss 5000 Watts. All shy. Stop, Melodic, stop. Comfort food is a nice description. Yeah, like I just want to be that for you guys. I think I've succeeded. I think I've done well with considering like my schedule over the years everything. Like, I grew up as I did my channel. Like, I got married, I finished college, I became a mom, and you guys got to see me like evolve in that way, I guess. Arcade, we've been early. I'm going on 4 hours. I said I was gonna stop this stream like an hour ago. But now we talking YouTube and stuff. I can't leave. We talking about Miss 5000 Watts, the GOAT. We talking about her. We talking about these Gears streamers and these Gears content creators that I watched. And like, I'm just like, dude, we're going back. It brings it into perspective. Oh, look at it. Souls Likes. Team Ninja are some of my favorite types of games. I love you. And what's my title? I don't even know. Like, what does mine say? I think I switched mine up a little bit. I said reviews and guides with a smooth, reassuring voice. Also, catch my work at IGN. Boom. I used to have it more descriptive, but now we almost have 5 million views, you guys. Crazy, crazy. But yeah, I just want to lean more into Erica. Maybe not so much Erica's for the win. So like I said, I lost the page already. Is it right here? Do I still have it? Control V, Control V, hold on. So yeah, in case you guys missed it, if you want to get a head start, you can sub. Oh, they cut me off from chatting. They cut me off. But yeah, pretty soon I'm gonna do some content for this other channel, and we'll get a little bit more outside of like Erica's for the win. I think I'm trying to get a little bit more like let's be Erica, which is the same person. It's the same, but also a little more free, a little bit less like, oh, it has to only be about gaming. No, we could do some other stuff here. I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna do some stuff. Okay, we can do some cooking videos. You know what I mean? Still the same Erica, yes. It'd just be a little bit more, you know, outside of the gaming world and just more of like, just me as a person, I guess. I could do blogs if I wanted to, or vlogs. I could talk about being a mom. I don't know. Like, I really don't know what else I'm going to do outside of cooking, but there's going to be some things. I'm still brainstorming and stuff. So if you guys want to get like a head start, you can sub if you want. I don't expect it yet because I got to put the content on there. I became an adult. Yeah, like I really did. I recently went to my cousin's birthday party a couple weeks ago, and I saw some of his relatives that I grew up next to, like they were neighbors of mine when I was a kid, and they saw me walk through the door. They're like, whoa, you're like an adult now. I'm like, yeah. And then I pull Caden in. I'm like, I'm a whole mom now. Like, it's crazy. So yeah, I really, it's weird. It's like, oh, I'm a big adult now. It's like, what the heck? What happened? They hadn't seen me since I was like a young teenager or something like that. And they were like, you're a mom? Like, what the heck? So it was crazy. Anywho, you guys, I appreciate you hanging out. It's 2:00. I'm going to go eat and go paint. I'm going to go paint my kitchen. I'm excited. The paints came today. Home Depot delivered. So I'm going to go get the paint and start, man. I taped all the trim yesterday. That was crazy. That was a workout in itself. That was the hardest part. I feel like that's the hardest part. Today, I just get to do the fun part. I get to paint. So I'm going to do that. Hi, Miss Watts, giggles and runs out the room. I think you're pretty. You're going to be one of those, you're going to be passing me a note. Can you give this to Watts? Can you give this? And it's just going to say, you're pretty. And then I'm going to tell her, oh, my friend thinks you're pretty. Shout out to Miss 5000 Watts. The best hair in the game, man. Best hair. But that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. We out. And we'll see what happens with the Xbox going forward, man. We'll see. I will be doing my news video this week. End of the week. We'll see if anything else happens. I kind of hope more stuff happens because I feel like we've talked to death about this. And it's like, do I really want to sit down and do it again for a news video? I mean, I will, but maybe there'll be new things to think about, you know? Lowe's is better than Home Depot. I probably, we have a card with Home Depot and like we shop there a lot. We do. This cat Luna, I just realized she's been stuck in here. Wait. Luna, I'm sorry. Okay, I'll let her out.